Christmas? It's not Christmas anymore. It's almost New Year. Thank you for the 4 months, Chaza, and thank you for the 8 months, Shy. Thank you for gifting 5 subs, Ghost. Thank you. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. What am I drinking? I made... So, I wanted to drink some wine, but I don't have... For my wine bottle, I don't have a corkscrew thingy, you know? So, I had soju in the... I had soju left in my refrigerator, so I put peach soju, and then I put Yakult and a bit of like the strawberry sorbet, and then I blended it together. So that's what I'm drinking. Thank you for the 30 months, kind lamper. Thank you. New year, new tadpole grind. No, we're done with that, guy. Surprisingly, so made a creative drink. I mean, it's like a simple drink, right? So. When I made it, I was like, I don't taste the alcohol in here. I need to put some more. So yeah, it's already New Year's. Well, happy New Year's to you. It looks fancy, does it? Maybe it's the glass. It doesn't look. It's not a very fancy drink. It's a very cheap drink. So, oh no. If anything, it's gonna make me sleepy. But yeah, I think it's the glass. I don't have a wine. I don't have like a... What do you call it? I don't have many glasses. Those are like the only glasses I have. So it's just like, well, I guess I'll just use this to put my drinks in. It looks like dishwater. Well, it looks a lot more desaturated on the camera. I can tell you that. It looks a lot more like pink in person. Put Red Bull in it? No. I actually bought like Celsius recently, so... And I tried it. I got 2 flavors. One was like a mango green tea one, which I like that one. That one's really good. And then this other one that they gave me, it was like I forgot what it was. It was raspberry acai. That one does not taste good, but the mango one, let me tell you. I mean, I was thinking about what do I watch when the new year, and which new year do I celebrate? Do I celebrate the new year for me? Do I celebrate twice? Because like, you know, West Coast still hasn't got it, like East Coast is about to get it in like 40 minutes, and then for me it's like an hour, and then for West Coast it's in, you know, three hours or something. So I'm in the middle. So I don't know. Keep going through Hawaii? Wait, how far or how behind is Hawaii? I actually don't know the time zone difference. Hawaii's 3 hours behind PST. Oh, wow, I did not know it was that far behind. 6 p.m. and oh my god, you guys are... How's it like in the past? What are you guys doing over there? Yeah, that's real far. Yeah, what's it like in... Why are you guys stuck last year? Why is Hawaii so behind? Yeah, how's the future looking? The future's looking... Really, did you guys clean? My mom always says, gotta clean the house. Gotta clean your place before the new year comes in to bring in good luck. So that's what I did yesterday evening and a little bit today. I was just cleaning around the house. Or not house, I guess my apartment. You did not? Well, you still have time, so you better clean your place. You clean because your family came over? I mean, that's good, but being clean is like nice. It's a nice feeling, you know? Do that for Lunar New Year's? Okay, well, yeah, I mean, if you celebrate Lunar New Year, but I mean, like, New Year's, you know? I mean, my parents would, I mean, my mom cleans all the time, but she'd probably say to do it for both occasions. You clean, yes, very good, very good. Yeah, I mean, it's, if you haven't cleaned yet and you know the clock hasn't turned, the day hasn't gone to the, you know, the 1st of January, you still have time to, you know, clean out that closet, clean out that, you know, little area you've been ignoring, you know. You probably have something like that in your place, you know. If you plan on clean, yeah, I mean, I guess you could clean for the new year, but for, you know, what my mom says is like you have to have it clean already before it becomes the 1st, so like the new year, and bring it, like you can bring in all the good luck into your place. Thank you for the 7 months, Valhalla. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. That's a problem for 2023 me. It's too late for that. It's not late. I mean, there's something you could throw away probably, right? Or something you could organize a little bit. Maybe clean out those boxes that you have, you know, something neglecting a little bit. You apologize to the 2023. Did you not clean? It's bad luck if you do it on New Year's Day. Yeah. Just buy a new room. Yeah, that's all. That's. Oh, you did? Okay. Someone told me to clean. Yeah, cleaning is good. What song is this? Dude, I don't even have my headset on. What is it? I don't even know. Let's see what timestamp it's called. It is from Mario Kart 64. Crap Snowland? Sorbet Island, sherbet. I was about to say sherbet. That's what I used to say as a child. I'd be like, can I get some sherbet? But I was like, oh wait, that's not how it's actually pronounced. It's triggering a key memory? Yeah, it's from Mario 64, so that's probably why it's giving you a blast to the past. Did I eat new? For New Year's, I'm supposed to have rice cake soup. And then you have to eat a... Is it just rice cake soup? No. Bowl of rice. A whole bowl of rice is for your birthday, I think. And then you have to eat a rice cake soup. Or is it for both occasions? I don't remember. Reminds me of Facade and how I thought it was from Pokemon Emerald. Yeah. Am I gonna jump for height? Listen. I am at the age of where I'm not gonna grow anymore. So what do I have to possibly jump for? For my knees to crack? I don't know. Like, there's no point in me for jumping because there's no height to be gained. The only thing I can gain is width, not height. So I haven't grown since... God, when I think I stopped growing in like high school, middle school-ish. I'm not sure. So I have not grown in a very... I grew, and then I grew to 5'3", and then I've never grown since then. So I mean, like, there's no, you know, no height for me to gain anymore. What was I tall in middle school? I was never tall. I was never like considered tall for my height in any point in my life. I wish, because like some people would be super tall. I was like, wow, that must be really nice to be super tall. I was just like, you know, the average height, average to shorter height. Stopped growing in middle school. No, I think I grew up until like high school. I don't think I was 5'3" in middle school. Maybe I was. I don't know. It was like a very... Because I don't know about you guys. Thank you for the 1-year murder. My parents had like this wall that they would measure my brother and I. So we would like stand against the wall and they would make marks above our heads, like, and then put the date of like, you know, when they measured our height and see like how tall we've been growing. Thank you for the bits, Izzy. Thank you. Yeah, we still have it in our, like, if I go back home, it's still there, I'm pretty sure. And if I look at it, I'm gonna be like, wow, I wonder how tiny I was when I first moved into the home. I was probably like freaking 4 foot something. A little small guy. A little small fry. Any Pokemon resolutions for 2023? No. There's no Pokemon resolutions I have. I mean, hopefully the DLC comes out, which I assume that's gonna be the thing that comes out, you know, next November for Scarlet Violet. Maybe there'll be something fun, maybe not, I don't know. Thank you for the 5 months, Psyduck, thank you. But Pokemon Coral might finish next year. I mean, yeah, if it's like halfway, I mean, I don't know when they started the project, but if it's like halfway done or something, then I mean, pretty possible, I'd say. Now that the year's over, how do I rank this year out of 10? Oh, gosh. Actually, okay, let's reflect on this year. But my memory is always like, you know, as I get older, the more I realize it's like hard to, you know, remember everything that's happened over the course of time. So this year, I would probably rate it like a... I mean, I would never rate any of my years pretty well, but maybe I'll rate this year like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Not really thinking that it wasn't like the best year, but it wasn't the worst year. It was like pretty average. Yeah, like 6 is pretty like decent because it's like a little bit above the middle. But I wouldn't like, the highest I would go is maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. I wouldn't say like 7. 7's a little too high. That's a little too giving, but yeah, I mean, you have no moving forward. Dude, last night I was laying in bed and, you know, sometimes I just get like pain. I'm like, I'm probably gonna run into like some health problems soon enough when I get older. And I'm just like, I wonder how that'll affect me in the future. But we'll see. But this, I don't know if you guys have any resolutions, but I'm thinking about like no doctor challenge. Yeah, I'm going for a Nuzlocke challenge in real life, but it's a no no hospital challenge at least. Thank you for the sub with a prime Senbei. Thank you. Yes, I pray for everybody to have good health, because honestly that's the most important thing. But next year, I just wanna, I don't know, I just wanna do what I wanna do, I guess. Because I feel like this year I was kind of doing a lot of things just to do them, or like for some other people, not like exactly for myself. So I'm like, maybe next year I'll do more things just for myself. You know, be more self-centered, not self-centered, but like more focused. Focus on what makes me happy. Finally, the second video for dude, I have my new camera and I tested it out and it's actually very, very nice. But yeah, I mean, God knows when I'd actually pick it up and like start using it. So I did like try it out, or like I took a little sample video of my cats, you know, or like zoomed in on stuff. I was like, oh, this is very nice. But cosmetic camera, yeah, I got like a little camera because I was like, you know what? I was doing some research and I was like, oh, this seems pretty nice, and I got it, and it seems nice to do stuff on. But I just don't know how often I would go out or like have things to film. Because I would just be staying home most of the time, you know? Thank you for the 3-month simulation. Thank you. Post Pokemon. I mean, I don't need a camera for a Pokemon Let's Play. I could just turn on my stream and take clips from my stream and be done with it. Like, that's not much work. But my New Year's update. You broke up after 2 hours after countdown. Well, if you think about it this way, tutors, all of that, you just shed however many pounds. You just lost however many pounds. It can only go up from here. Like if the worst thing or like something bad has happened, maybe it's a good thing. Like maybe it's like opening up a new window of opportunity for, you know, the rest of the year, right? No. Less money to spend. Now you can spend your money on yourself. You don't have to worry about someone else. You can focus on yourself. You know, it's not bad to be. I feel like being single is actually like pretty nice because like, okay, yeah. I mean, some people like being in relationships. Obviously, it's like, yeah, it's very nice to have someone there for you. But in the same sense, it's just like, you know, I feel like people don't realize how much time you can spend on yourself and better yourself and learn to be happy with yourself. I mean, yeah, I get why people like being in relationships because it's nice and like a sense of company, but nothing you can't really find with like friends either, right? But I feel like before getting into a relationship, what's ultimately the best is like you should be proud or like happy with yourself first before delving into a relationship. Because a lot of people, you know, like when people get into a relationship and then they have a lot of baggage and a lot of things that they haven't gotten over and some problems that they haven't worked on, and then it's like then it affects the relationship and affects how they interact with the person and everything. So it's just like, you know, before you delve into this world of like, I mean, obviously, I guess it really depends because I guess that's more for like serious relationships. Some people like having fun and like, like woo, like flings and stuff, which I never understood. So, or I don't really, yeah. But I mean, yeah, to each their own, right? Like some people like having fun and partying, or you know, going around and meeting new people and seeing how the dating world is, or like having open relationships and stuff. But I don't know, that's never something I would get. You're gonna file divorce? Okay, don't do that. But when does working on yourself ever stop? I feel like at some point in your life you're gonna sit back and realize like, okay, I actually know. I mean, obviously you won't know everything because sometimes when you have experiences in relationships, you figure out what you like and don't like about a person. Like, I feel like it is important to like meet people and see how everyone is. My mom, okay, one thing my mom told me is, so my mom and my dad, or well, I don't know if it's the same for my dad, but my dad is the only person she's ever dated in her life, right? And so she dated him and then they got married. So she's only had one relationship for her whole entire life. But what she tells me is you should date a decent amount of people to figure out what you like and what you're okay with, and you know what you seek in a relationship. She's like, don't be like me. Don't be like me and get married to the first person you date, because you know there are some things that are like very rough to get over. Like, but I mean, I think that's also why my mom. But okay, obviously my parents have come to a point where they like work things out, but some people just don't mesh well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in your first few years of like meeting someone or like knowing someone, it can like things that you've never known about a person, especially, okay, what my mom says is if you ever want to get to know a person for who they are, go on a trip with them to a random like a location that you guys have never been to, like somewhere new for the both of you guys, because seeing how someone works in like an unfamiliar setting, it's like you will get to know who they truly are in that moment, I feel like. But also, yeah, my When my mom told me that, I was just like, oh, okay, well, yeah. The thing about relationships and like growing up and stuff, it's just like things that I've seen and learned over the years. It's like, you know, you have to be vocal. I mean, it's the way in any relationship, like friendship, relationship, love interest, whatever, even family. Like, you just have to be very communicative. Comms are important. I mean, I'm not the best with it sometimes, because, sometimes everyone likes dealing with things on their own, ways, but communication is very, very important. And it's not that you should fight against each other or argue against each other. It should be like you and that person versus like the issue that you guys have, and that's how you'll like smoothly work things out. And if you always have like a thing where it's like you have your side and the other person has their side, it's just gonna be super tiring. But yeah. Wait, what did Dong say? I was reading what Dong said and then it moved. Your parents always told me to date along and figure out what you need in a relationship before you commit. Yeah, I feel like that's very, very important to know, because I mean, like, again, like, some people have different things that they seek in a relationship. Like, some people don't want it all that serious, some people are super serious about it, so I feel like that's also an important thing to establish. I mean, I don't know, it's just also from like, did I get my shiny Charmander? Not yet. Probably gonna look for it in a little bit. My dad said he's bad at dating, so he has no advice for me. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just need Riz. I don't know. Sometimes maybe your dad just went to like Riz Academy and that's literally it. Some people are just naturally born with it, some people aren't. Happy New Year's, Kinsey. Thank you. But all in all, I feel like if you're just a decent human being and you put in the time to be like emotionally understanding and like logically understanding, that everyone's different. People have grown up differently. Some people have like traumas or like things that are hard to let go of, and then it's like a lot. The hardest part is meeting people. Yeah, meeting people is also very hard. I feel like, I don't know. It is very hard to meet people. Honestly, like, if I think about how I meet people, I don't really know how I meet people anyway. I think it's just through my friends. Like, I always met... I'm pretty sure the way I've met people throughout, like, literally the last how many years of my life? Maybe the last 5-ish years of my life is through either games or online somehow, so... I don't think I've ever, like, made a connection with someone in person and continued, or like, I don't know. Yeah, that's every friend that I usually have is like, they're all like connected somehow, or I met them through someone. So thoughts on dating apps? I don't like dating apps. I don't know, but I mean, there, right, there's like some, I've never been on a dating app, but like my viewpoint of a dating app, like, or at least like the popular ones, many people just want to like Tinder is definitely like what people use to just like hook up, right? Like, no one's actually, I mean, maybe there are like a few people that are actually there for, or like trying to find a serious relationship. I've seen like very small amount of stories where like people end up finding like, a nice partner. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of like catfishes or like fake people on dating apps. I don't know how one would feel comfortable about being on a dating app, but I mean, like, if I think about it, if you're like, maybe you move to a new area and you know no one there, maybe like, maybe it's not bad to use. Like, I don't know, but personally, I would rather just be alone. And I don't know, people just seem strange on dating apps. From my, like, I've seen some of my friends' experiences on dating apps. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of weird. Or like, you know, this person sounds gonna, I don't know. What is that one app called? I think Hinge or something. And then like on Hinge. Yeah, I was like recently. Yeah, my friend has been on Hinge like here and there, and like we went through her like Hinge, you know, like history, or like I don't know. She's just like scrolling, right? And then like people have their profiles. And people can leave like voice notes or something, and I just like physically like, it like pains me to hear that. I'm just like, yeah, I was like, I know they could probably do better. Like, they could make a better profile. Like some people, but I'm sure the people who don't put like much effort into their profiles is probably just like they're looking for like a very short. Okay, voice notes can be fun, but like the ones. Like the one, okay, the one really memorable one that I actually physically cringed at, and I told her to scroll past the person. It was, he like, I don't know, he was like mumbling, and then he said, he's like, here's my impression of like Peter Griffin, and it was just like not even like close to it, and I was just like, please just scroll past this person, please. It was like, it was painful. But I mean, all in all, it's like, if it works for you, it does, and that's great. But I guess I could never personally see myself using one, because I don't know. There's so many things to like worry about. Like, what if they like kidnap you or something? And I don't know. It's just like, see, like, knowing someone through a friend is like much more, you know, it feels a lot more safe because they know who they are as a person, or one would assume, like, if they're a close friend. But like, I always get scared, like, especially for others, like if you meet someone and what if they like kidnap you or something, or I don't know what. I just think about like, I just think about the worst case scenario, and it freaks me out. Because like, if a friend goes out, I'm like, all right, can you tell me their license plate? So, like, it's just like, you know, a precautionary thing. Like, I don't know if something's gonna happen, but like, in the case something happens, it's just like, yeah, I'm just a very cautious person, especially. Yeah, I feel like dating is hard nowadays for like the general public, especially with like dating apps, because like how many. There's just like a lot of people that are like, yeah, you know, people can easily steal other people's pictures, right? So it's like, it's a little difficult for, I guess, that scene in general. But I don't know, what do I know? The only experiences I've heard of, or like I know of, are just things that I've heard, so. That's why you have a backup plan with a friend. A friend calls you one ring, get me out of the state too. Since the state is good. Voicemail helps serial killer. You know what? That's probably yeah. That's honestly not bad. Like planning out something. But you know what? Why be dating when you could just love yourself, right? Doesn't matter. Like, cares about dating. Serial killers hate that one simple trick. True. Why date when you can stay alone? See, instead of paying for 2 meals, you could pay for your own, right? You don't have to pay for anyone else's things. You just have to worry about yourself. Yeah, build yourself an AI VTuber girlfriend. Yeah, or you could just play like a dating sim. Now, see, you can eat whatever you want. Okay, you know what? the worst thing, not the worst thing. Actually, I'm I know a lot of people are really bad with making decisions, but I'm also okay. I have a question. Wait, no, I had a question last night and I really forgot. Okay, yeah, I actually remember my question. This is off the topic of dating, but I have a question. Do you guys care about what a streamer's background looks like? Because I was talking with someone last night and they're like, yeah, like, you know, people love to make their backgrounds all cool and it's like enticing and visually appealing. That's why like some people will click on someone's like stream because their stream background looks good, like, you know, like where they are. And I was like, I have never clicked on someone's stream because I'm like, ooh, their camera or whatever looks nice. It's whenever I watch a stream, I am literally watching for the main purpose of the stream. So like if they're a gamer, then I'm watching the gameplay and like sometimes I'll see their reaction in the corner, right? But I'm never like staring or like looking at the thumbnail of a thing where I'm like, wow, that's a really cool setup they've got in the background. I'm just like, I care less. Like they could be streaming from like an asylum and I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I'm just watching the gameplay. I'm not caring about what the room looks like. Like it looked like a hospital ward, like nothing on the walls, and I wouldn't care, right? So but yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, maybe I would see like maybe if like you're a YouTuber, you know, like YouTubers have like they're like full screen sometimes without like the gameplay and they're talking and they have like those all those like RGB lights in the background, right? So maybe that's something, but yeah, I was just thinking about it. I was like, I have never clicked on someone's stream because of their you know, like of their room. Yeah, I like simple. I personally find that if there's like too much going on in the background, especially like a bright light or like colors, it distracts me from my main focus, which is usually like their gameplay. So I like it like distracts my eyes, if anything. So yeah, I like basic. How many times do I click on random streams? Not very often. I'm not gonna lie, the only times I click on a stream is a new stream. I don't really watch streams that often. Like, it's either I watch my friends sometimes, or if I like really like a game in the moment, I will be watching someone that plays the game a lot, or you know, that I feel like is knowledgeable, or like someone that I can learn from, right? I don't really click on other things. Yeah, I don't think I've ever like gone down a list and started randomly clicking on streams to find what. But I mean, like if I don't see anything that, or like if any of the streamers that I don't really like watching are on, then I probably just go to YouTube or start doing something myself. So yeah. What's my Twitch recap? I don't know. I'm pretty sure my most watched was, God, I watched a lot of Valorant this year. So I feel like Valorant streamers were probably in my top recap because I just like leave it on and then I fell asleep. Let me see. Let me open up. Can I see it on Twitch? Where is it? Channel? Oh, I just opened up my own channel. Where do I see my Twitch recap? Oh, is it in my email? It's on what? My main page. Oh, try clicking on this. Alright, let's see. Okay, here's my as a viewer, my top emotes used was smiley face, bat chest, a heart, daft cheer, and Sally flush. Yeah, bat chest was my number. I don't really type in streams. Like, the funniest thing, the streams that I watch the most, where's bat chest being used? Probably in cutie streams. The only time I ever type ever is probably on Cutie stream. Like, I don't type in anyone else's stream. Like, very rarely. Like, maybe I'll say hi, like, one time if I'm, like, on a friend stream. But for the most time, if I'm chatting, all of my Twitch, like, chat as a viewer has probably come from Cutie stream. My favorite streamer is Star Smitten. Top 2% of chatters. Yeah, I always have her stream on, like, if she's streaming, then I just, like, leave it on there because I like supporting. That was my #1 streamer of the year. My top streamer. Hours watched 349. And then next is I'm a Cutie Pie. I actually started watching his stream a lot. What did he start playing? Oh, it's because I watched him play Overwatch a lot. That's why. I enjoyed watching him play Overwatch and having him RP. I didn't watch him much, like, until later this year, I think. Or if he was, like, playing with Huge or something. You watched some of his... Oh, right. He streamed Lost Ark, I remember. What about the burner accounts? I've never made a Twitch burner account. He's funny, yeah. He's naturally just a funny dude. Thank you for the sub with Prime and Beliar. Thank you. Third top streamer, it was Derek Overwatch and then Tarek. I had a bunch of Valorant streamers as my viewed because I did watch a lot of Valorant in the beginning half of the year. Only for the 14 months, Hawken. Thank you. Chills. My new fight of the year, this was Huge. Dude, I love Huge. Is so funny. I need to play more games with her, but I don't know if she's like playing Apex more often now, but I love playing games with Huge. I love her laugh. She's just like she's a very genuine person, you know? Like the way she reacts and stuff, like I feel like she doesn't hide the way that she feels, so it's very like refreshing to be around her. Happy New Year, Carol! I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. You love Huge, but you can't leave her stream on because her screams. But she doesn't stream that often. I feel like she screams every now and then. Like when I play with her, I feel like she doesn't yell that much. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the Masters Valorant. Dude, I want to go so bad. I want to go to... God, it would be so nice, but I need to see if like things work out or not. But that would be so cool to go to. Tenzin's your new streamer of the year. Dude, Tenzin is... I love Tenzin. Tenzin is a very nice, kind, funny lady. Her humor is very interesting. Yeah, the types of streamers I watch, it's like... It probably isn't something that you guys think I would like, but I like... Well, I wouldn't say I like crude humor, but it's just like people who are... The way that some people are and how they like deliver what they say, I just enjoy it, you know? I like them a little sus. Yeah, just a little bit, you know? Not like... I'm not like a huge enjoyer of just like loud yelling and stuff, but when people are a bit sarcastic in that sense, I enjoy it a lot. Thank you for the sub with Prime Ujella. Thank you. You're offended? Wait, why are you offended? Yeah, I mean, I just like, you know, I don't like watch a lot of streams. I'm not like a Twitch. Yeah, I'm not much of a Twitch viewer, I'm not gonna lie. So I spend most of my days just wondering what I'm gonna do with my day. Or like making a meal. And then I go on my computer and I'm like, what do I want to do today? Am I gonna game? Am I gonna stream? Am I gonna draw? Like, I don't know what I want to do. And then I'm just like, and then, you know. I feel like if I watched Twitch more often than how much I do now, I would probably be like the least productive human being. So yeah. I like Daff. Daff is very funny. Why are you guys saying cooking stream? I already cooked on stream this year. Cooking streams are not fun because I don't have a camera set up, and Also, I'm not like, I don't have anything to teach. Like, I don't want to cook. If you want to learn how to cook, go to Arya, because she actually knows how to cook. For me, I just throw in whatever, and I'm like, if this tastes good, then it's fine. But, you know, I'm not here to sit down and be like, yes, I have a recipe to present you all that I'm very good at making, because no, I just literally eyeball everything. I have no idea. I just throw it in and it's just like, it tastes decent. I'm fine with it, right? So, Among Us stream? Oh god. Yeah, let me play some New Year's Among Us. Here, let me type something. Thank you for the 5 subs, Eric. Thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Possibly some VR Among Us. See, there may be a point in time where that I actually might come up, but I'm not sure. I have to see if it actually goes through or not. Can I say something to you? Choose your words wisely, or else you're gonna get banned. You say something weird, you're just out of here. You're here for your... Does VR make me dizzy? It probably just... It makes me feel sick. You're staring at him. Yeah, now you're on the spot. Say so... Whatever you say, you get your moment, and then... It's either you're banned, or... You said something normal. You won't something weird. Alright? I mean, why do you have to ask for permission to talk in this chat? Thank you for the 9 months, Rogue. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what someone would say. Before they write out a whole essay, they're like, can I say something real quick? And then they're gonna be like, I've been watching you for the day that you started streaming, and I love you, and I was wondering if you would go out on a date with me or something. Like, no, please don't type that. that will get you insta ban. You're gonna be nice. Alright. Santa won't give you coal. No worries. Thank you for the 2-month saturation. They're actually like building up the suspense. Imagine they're just gonna say Happy New Year and then just leave. That would be a bad because they just said something so simple. Was that Bailey's? No, I mixed soju and Yakult and some like strawberry sorbet. Don't worry, I'm taken. That's us. Yeah, here. I appreciate the compliment, and I guess everyone has like their own standings in a relationship or whatever, but I feel like if you're in a relationship, you should give all that energy to your partner. You know, like with what you said, you could say that to your partner and then make them feel nice. Like, don't say that to me. Like, I don't want to be a part of this. Thank you for the sub with the Prime King Bacon Eggs. Thank you. That's a big if. Dude, yeah, I mean, honestly, well, yeah, everyone, like I said, everyone has like their own views in relationships and stuff, but like, after you're not poly. Yeah, you know what? All I ask of you is just, you were just bored. Well, that just sounds weird. You sound... No, actually, all offense. I would hate to be your partner. I'm not gonna lie. If I were in your partner's shoes and I saw what you said, I would be pretty upset. All offense, honestly. Like, imagine, like, you have a partner and they go into someone else's chat, they're like, can I say something? Oh, you look really good right now. Oh, don't worry, I'm taken. But I was just bored and I wanted to say, it's like what? Yeah, it's just that does not make sense. Like, you know, if you're bored, maybe you should go talk to your partner. I mean, unless they're busy or something, but hey, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. The only time I'd accept that you're beautiful is from a nice lady, and I'd be like, thank you. You know? Yeah, that's just weird. You're bored too. You're gonna click the button. Yeah, very good. I am a woman enjoyer. Yeah, that is truly, you just rip bozo right there. What a way to cap off. It's actually almost the new year in the East Coast, so when an old lady calls you handsome, you know, yeah, it's like when older people compliment you, it's just so nice. You know, as I get older, I don't know if it feels the same with you guys, but like my mom, or I mean, yeah, my mom, my parents, whatever, they would like watch a lot of variety shows and like talk, or like my mom would be like, oh, I find this celebrity like very pretty or like very handsome, whatever. And then when I was younger, I'd be like I think blah blah. And then like as I get older, I'm like, you know what, I kind of agree with my mom. Like, actually, she's right. Like, this person, she was right all the time. So it's like, I feel like when you get compliments from older people, it's just like, it like sticks with you. It's kind of nice. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, oh, thanks. Or like whenever like an older person calls me like an endearing nickname, like when an older lady calls me like honey or sweetheart or dear, I'm like, anything you want, milady. Like, whenever they say something, like I just like, oh, I would literally start breakdancing for them. Thank you for the sub with Prime Bird Nachos. Thank you for the 2 months. When the chatter was like 60, that is weird. I mean, there are people like that. People are strange. I don't know. See, people like that make people have like trust issues, right? Some people have insecurities and stuff, and then they're like, what if this person is doing something behind my back? They're like, I don't know anything. It's like, yeah. These people are contributing to the issue. I'm age shaming? I'm not age shaming. How can I age shame when I'm like, I mean, I don't have anything against like older people. The only thing that I shame is when people say things that are like sus, you know? Like when they're in like a specific like relationship, yeah, and it's just like, you know? Raise his eyebrow. Your parents call you, okay. My parents used to call, actually, I don't know if, no, my parents would always say like I was chubby when I was younger. It was just like, how can you call me chubby when it's like you are the one who implemented, you must finish all your food. Here's all this food that is probably too much for you and your little kid body, but you need to finish this all or else it's disrespectful. And I'm like, well, now it's not my fault if I have gained weight because you're feeding me how much like an adult should eat when I'm like 8 years old, right? So it's just, I don't know. Yeah, they have better metabolism, I guess. That's what they're saying. And then once you stop eating less, they're like, okay, you're too skinny, you need to eat more. It's like, yeah, but I mean, it's like out of a way and concern, but they just don't know how to say it better, right? Thank you for the sub with Prime BK. Thank you. Like, you know, I was very insecure, or like I lost a lot of weight in high school, like middle to high school, like going into high school. I think no, it was 9th grade to 10th grade. That's where I lost a lot of weight. Like I was like very skinny, and it was really bad. But yeah, and then. But after like I had like a very extreme experience, my parents never said anything about, you know, the outer appearance. But I feel like as I got older, my parents also understood like not to say something like that either. Thank you for the 7 months blind. Thank you. extreme thing, yeah. I mean, I don't want to go into detail because I know that like talking about weight things or like eating can kind of trigger some people, so I don't really want to bring that up. Maybe at a different time, but like, yeah, I'll say it was very, very bad. That's, yeah, I know it's like very easy to fall into, so I just don't want to bring it up. Emo phase. No, it wasn't emo phase. It was just like 2 minutes until ball drop for the East Coast. Yeah, okay. I was also thinking like, what am I gonna like? Am I gonna watch last year's? Like, is that still DMCA? If I watch last year's New Year's, like, or just put on some fireworks on stream on YouTube, like, woo, and pretend I'm celebrating New Year's. Like, I don't know. I've never watched an actual ball drop. I mean, like, I've like watched it on television, I guess, with my parents. But other than that, like, nothing really else. Thank you for the 10 gifted IAB. Thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Just make an MS Paint one. Yeah, let me make let me make one of those real quick. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, dude, there's nowhere I'd actually want to. Like, I remember watching it on TV before, and like, you know, everyone's in Times Square, they're like, woo, like New Year's, right? I'm like, I would not want to stand there and wait. I mean, I guess there's like performances, right? There's like some artists that go and perform in Times Square during that time, I think. But yeah, like, I don't know who's performing this year, but Happy New Year to the ones on East Coast. Hopefully 2023 will be nice for everybody, you know. Hopefully it'll be a lot of good times, a lot of success, a lot of fortune coming your way. Congrats on the laughing one. Yeah, Hawaii's like 2 months behind, I think. Do you ever influence your parents to think a certain way to break them away from how they think? Oh yeah, I mean, I did that a lot when I was, dude. Yeah, if you saw the way I spoke to my parents as a child, or just growing up in general, yeah, it's very interesting. I'm definitely like not the star child where I say yes to everything that they ask for and whatnot. Thank you for the 3 months residency. Thank you, and thank you for the sub ultimate. Thank you. That's normally, dude. The moment I realized how much power I had over my mom, there's one time my mom and I got in a very, very bad argument, and this was probably like when I was in high school, maybe. And then my mom wanted to, like, you know, I'm gonna say this like as a joke, my mom wanted to, like, you know, get a little physical, right? And then I grabbed her wrists to like stop her from like moving her arms, and she got so upset at me. She was like, let me go. She was so angry, and I was like, no, because I was like, this is not how you should like resolve your problems. Like, hitting me is not gonna do anything for you. Like, it's just gonna make you feel that. You know what it feels like to be in that position after growing up? You know that one gif of like someone going like this, and there's like a short person going like, ah, and you're like, they're like holding their head back and they can't reach them. That's like how I felt when I was grabbing my mom's wrist, because I was like, I'm not gonna let you do that to me. Yeah, that was my mom. And then the like, I feel like that in itself like also made her realize that's not the way she should be taking out, like, no matter how upset she is. Like, even though, you know, growing up as a child, I've taken many, yeah, you know, hits as a child. Yeah, like, you know, I'm older and that's not something that she should be doing, right? So my mom would have kicked me in the balls if I did that. Well, I don't have balls, so yeah, Giga Chat, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if I did that to my dad, God, I would. That would be awful. But my dad doesn't do anything like that. But when I was younger, this wasn't such like a strange topic to hit about. God, I was just a very, you know, I was a rapscallion as a child. That's what I must say. But, you know, hey, I stood up and said what I thought was right, and honestly, it was right. So I was a rapscallion. Thank you for the 1 year, small cats. Thank you. But I'm so brave for standing up to my parents. I mean, at some point, you know, like when I was like a tiny baby, there's like no way I could do anything. But like as I grew older, I was just like this is, I don't think this is how they should treat me, or this is not how I should be raised. So it's like, you know, I'm gonna say something about it. I'm gonna do something. If they have something to say back, like they should be able to talk to me about it like an adult, you know, instead of freaking out on me or resorting to something else. But yeah. He used a feather duster? No. My parents used a back scratcher. You know how scary those are? The wooden back scratchers? I don't know if you guys are familiar, but like those very stiff, pristine wooden back scratchers. My parents would use one. that one hurts, but most of the time, it was just me going. I don't know if you guys were like the same when you grew up, but they would like put me against the wall, and I'd just have to be like this, and then I'd have to be like this forever until they were like, okay, you can put your, like, it's fine, but you just have to sit there. You're just bored out of your mind, and your arms hurt so bad because you're just sitting there doing this against the wall, and then you're just like, God, please let me out. Dude, I feel like it's a very common, like, Asian thing. Like, they just make you stand there in, like, the most uncomfortable position. Or else you get stuck. Yeah, you had to be in perfect form. Or else they would get really mad at you. It's just... It's actually... Yeah. God, it's such a... I want to tell you guys, like, the worst moment I've had, but... Okay, I love my parents. They're great people. They're not like this anymore. You know, like, parenting is hard. Obviously, if I were parenting, I would never do the things that they've done. But anyway, I understand because of how they grew up and, you know, how they're raised and such. You know, the way that they've taken on parenting, my brother and I, was definitely not the best, but... I do want to say the worst thing that I've been... The worst object that's been used. You guys might not believe it, but... I mean, at least if my brother's not in here, but... For me, it was a golf club. When I was really young, because my dad loves golfing, so he has a golf club. So that was... I'm laughing about it now. Like, when I was younger, it was just... You guys think about it. Don't be alarmed because you don't like it. It's... How did I not have a good... Because obviously he's not gonna hit me on my head. But... Yeah. I love my parents. They're great. They're not like that. They're nowhere near like that anymore. I can laugh about it now because I have a pretty good relationship with my parents, but that's like the accumulation of us, like, you know, being communicative and like working it out together. You would not forgive them? Dude, like... I mean, obviously there's some things that I shouldn't be saying, so I'm not gonna say it, but like... even through all the things my parents have, like, said and done and, like, treated me and stuff, like, I understand them and I love them, so it's not like I'm gonna hold it against them, because, like, they've changed. Like, it's not like they're the same. If they were the same people, then maybe I'd have an issue, but they've changed a lot, so... Your mom punched you in the face one time? Oh my god. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I don't know how I'd feel if I got punched in the face, honestly. Yeah, I mean, obviously... through it all, I feel like... Yeah, I've grown as a person. I'm still here. So... And they supported me for what I do, you know? Like, they want me to be happy ultimately. They've realized that, so I appreciate that. But yeah, growing up is tough, especially in a traditional Asian household. Honestly, in a traditional anything household, not even Asian, like whenever I'd go over to my friends' houses, I'd be like, God, they have it so nice. I mean, obviously you don't know what's going on with the family, but when I hear stories about, like, my friends in elementary school, and then they would be like, yeah, my mom lets me do this, or like, my parents are fine with this, they let me do that, and yada yada. I'm like, wow, that must be real nice. For me, not for me. That's definitely not what I grew up with. Kind of crazy. For same basis. Or no, I mean, the one thing that... I don't know if you guys had curfews when you were younger. For me, my dad was very protective, so he never let me stay out. Like, I had to be back home before sunset. Or, like, literally. So, if I wanted to go to a friend's house, right? After school, and you know, it's like 2:30 p.m. I have to be back home at, like, 5 p.m. maybe. So it's like, I don't know, I didn't really have much time to hang out with people, but it was just very, very, very early. Like, my brother was you know, they were more lenient with him. They're like, yeah, you can come back by like 9 or whatever. But for me, it was like, it still has to be bright outside before you come back, so or else, yeah, they would be very upset. Did I have to give your parents contact info or your friend's parents or something? No, I mean, my parents are very picky about who house I was at, I guess. Like, if they didn't know my friend or the friend's parents, they'd be like, no, you can't go there, like... And then I was like, okay. Well, when I think about it now, I mean, I guess I understand it from, like, an overprotective parent's perspective, but it's just like... What if I made a new friend and they just haven't met their parents yet? Then why can't I hang out with them? Like, you know? Yeah, I mean... Did my parents have stereotypes for my friend? What do you mean stereotypes for your friends? My parents, they're just only judgmental about, like... if my friends greeted them or not. Like, if they say, like, they came over to my place and they didn't say hi to them, then they would be like, I don't like your friend, you know? Or like, the way they like heavily judge the way that they've been greeted. Like, if it's like a very friendly greeting, or if they don't really say anything or don't bother to like say hi, then they're like, I don't like this person, like, you can't have them over anymore. That's literally, yeah, etc. Things like that. So I'm like, But other than that, I feel like they're not very judgmental. Okay, well, or if they've heard something about, like, the person's parents through, I don't know, whatever rumors they were hearing or some sort of connections they've had, they're like, don't hang out with that person. Like, they don't have, like, a know, they don't have a good reputation or something. I don't know. So I'm like, oh, I'm like, they seem like a fine person. Like, I don't know about their parents, but like, I feel like the person that I know is fine. But yeah. No, I mean, I would. The reason why I didn't like my friends coming over to my house is because I had nothing to do at my place. Because, like, whenever I'd go to my friend's house, they had so much more in their house. But mine is, like... I mean, my parents, like, a clean as in, like, nothing is scattered. Like, everything has, like, a place of its own. Like, very minimal things in the house. So I'm like, yeah, I was just... Whenever someone would come over, I'd be like... Yeah, sorry, there's not really much to do. Because, like, sometimes I wouldn't even have cable, right? So it's like, you can't even really watch TV because there's nothing to watch with them. So I'm like, yeah, like, maybe we can play on my GameCube or something. But other than that, like, I have nothing else to do, so... And the biggest difference was that my parents don't really like buying a lot of food. Like, the way that they are is they'll get like enough groceries for like the week or something, and they'll like go back. My mom will like go back, but they don't like having snacks. But when I go to my friend's house, they have like a huge pantry, right? And they have a ton of snacks in there. They have just like a bunch of random things to eat. But in my household, there's like nothing. Then also it's more like foreign to my friends too, because I'm like, I don't know if they would like the snack or like the things that I usually eat, so it's always like kind of iffy, right? So I was like, So I'd always prefer like going over to my friend's place rather than like them coming over to mine, because I like well, but if anything, my parents would be like, pizza question mark. So yeah, but I mean, I'm very open to like eating whatever, so I was always fine with going over to someone else's place. Yeah, I mean, when I went, one of my close friends throughout like grade school, she had like, her pantry was always stacked, and sometimes I would sleep over at her place like later on when I was like a junior/senior in high school, because I was actually allowed to do more things instead of being like, be home by whatever o'clock. Those are some good times. My parents watching right now? No. I would be very surprised if they knew any of my links ever, but they don't. They just only have an idea of what I do, but they have never seen anything that I've done. They just ask me, they're like, oh, are you doing well? Like, how's whatever you're doing? And then they're actually clueless. And they not Google it. Dude, my parents are literally, God, how old are they? They're like almost 60. They're 60 first gen Korean parents. Like, do you think they're gonna use Google? Like, they barely can figure out how to watch their dramas, so like how are they gonna Google me? They're not gonna think about that. If they're curious about me or like my well-being, they're just gonna call me or talk to me. Thank you for the 5 months, 400. Thank you. Do they think I'm drug dealing? No, they just know that I like stream. Because I told my mom, like, yeah, I stream. And then she's like, oh, okay. But she's never been, like, curious about what I do or anything. But God, if she saw me stream, she'd be like, can you fix your posture? Like, fix your hair, brush your hair, wear better clothes. Like, why are you always wearing t-shirts? Like, look more proper, wear something nice. I'd be like, no. No, thank you. My parents would actually go crazy. They're like, why is your posture like this? Like, put your shoulders up. Oh my god. But yeah. That would drive me crazy. Backseat mom. I mean, that's just how my parents are. But my posture, God, I actually got a foam roller, but my posture, I don't know if it's like, yeah, it's like my shoulders are like caved in a little bit, but I need to remember to like put them back and, you know, have them all proper. Yeah, fix your posture. I think my No, I need to like have my posture like this, right? This is how my parents expect me to be all the time. Or they want me to be like this, but like when I'm at my computer, I'm like this. So at least I'm not straight up like, you know, like this forward. But the reason why my posture's so bad is because when I'm on my PC, usually I have my leg up like this, right? And then my desk is here, and then I lean forward on my knee, so it's like pretty bad for my back to just be like leaning forward, even though it's like it feels comfortable because it's like the front part of my body is being supported, but the back part of my body is just like, oh please. I started doing back days at the gym. Dude, I've never done a back day at the gym. The only thing I do at the gym, if I ever do go, is like legs. The knee up is necessary. It really is. For some reason it just works. Or sometimes if you're like, I'm just like reclined when I play games. Like when I play Valorant, this is like this is how I play. And the funny thing is, that's when I play the best. Like if I'm sitting up and actually trying to play, awful. But like if I'm just like relaxed and chilling, somehow I'm just doing well. Thank you for the 17 months sheepless. Thank you. Leaning back is definitely something I should do more, but it just slips my mind. Thank you for the 2 months Moonfang. Thank you. The lounging position, it is. Actually, I'm like trying to get back into Valorant to play it again. But god, the game is so hard to play. It's just like, I mean, I don't know. It's just so hard to like want to play, but I played a little bit yesterday. But yeah, it's just maybe I'll get back into it. Hopefully I do. I mean, I do want to get back into a game. It is fun to play with like a group of friends. Yeah, I don't know. Download bug? What bug? Get GM in Overwatch? I mean, I actually played Overwatch yesterday too. No, I'm never playing TFT ever again in my life. You hear me? I'm never touching TFT ever again in my life. I want nothing to do with that game. I just don't care for it anymore. I had my gremlin phase with it, and I'm done. What happened with TFT? I mean, I just played a lot of it when it first came out, and then I stopped playing, so. Overwatch is fun, but in a sense, it's just like, I don't know. Okay, you know what? I do like watching people play Overwatch more because I feel like the interactions in Overwatch are more... Like, it's not even about the gameplay, it's just like how the content is, I guess. Because like, when I watch Valorant, I was watching like Valorant videos last night because, you know, I was just like, oh, I might as well like watch some, see what everyone's up to. Like, you know, if I want to get back in the game, maybe I'll just like, you know, watch things and maybe it'll make me want to play more. But when I watch Valorant content, it's like, it's all the same. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, obviously there's like not much you can say after someone, like you're spectating someone and pop off with your like, someone wins around, you're like, jeez, or someone wins around, they're like, let me, you know, vulgar thing here, like, let me do something sus for you, you know? Like, that, like, that's usually, like, the reaction of, like, when someone hits a clip on Valorant, and that's literally it. And then it's just like, yeah, there's only, like, so much of those you could, like, consume as a viewer, because it gets pretty stale, right? So it's just, like, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, maybe there needs to be like a meta change, but I don't know if that will, like, yeah, the craziest thing is like, I haven't watched the content in a long time, but I came back to watching it, and nothing has changed. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, I mean, obviously, like, people are gonna get bored of it because it's literally they're hearing the same things repetitively every single day. Maybe if, like, you know, they're watching the content, so it's not as entertaining. But yeah, I mean, I think Overwatch is funny because there's just a lot of random things. I just feel like the players, you know, it's like a mystery box. Whenever you play Overwatch, you just don't know who's gonna be on your team and how they're gonna talk. It's just very randomized. So that's what that's what makes it a little bit more entertaining, I think. I mean, I haven't played like I did play it yesterday, but I just like it's definitely not like a game I'm like super thinking about even playing. Yeah, they're unhinged. You missed the MasterChef meta? MasterChef was fun. I mean, I'm sure people will watch things the more something comes out, but... Shart Candy? Who's Shart Candy? The Gordo meta? I mean... Yeah, then again, I'm not really, like... I do like it when games are popular, but there's, like, nothing that's catching my eye in general, I suppose, so... He appears a lot on Super Saiyan. Oh, I see. I don't know who Shark Candy is, but he's funny playing WoW. I mean, he's just funny in general, right? He's just able to. He makes his own content. Like, he doesn't have to rely on someone else to do it for him. Like, he just, I don't know. Like, his brain just cooks up something. Like the way he just says stuff or like those things. Just, I don't know. Yeah, he's got it down, but Hollow Knight, I've seen Hollow Knight gameplay. It's really nice. It looks very aesthetically pleasing. I can't talk, but not a game that I'd probably play myself. I actually had someone in my Valorant game last night named after a Hollow Knight boss or something. They were very nice, but. Is watching TV shows? I like watching shows like what boss Gorb, I think that was his name, Gorb, G-O-R-B. And someone was asking like, why this guy? And he's like, oh, he's just a funny little dude. I was like, okay. Thank you for gifting a sub, Ruth. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. The only time I can watch shows is if I watch them on stream, but I never watch shows off stream because I can't sit still in one place. Thank you for the sub with Prime Not Man. Thank you. You watch him watch. Wait, he's watched SpongeBob? Wait, dude, I want to watch SpongeBob. How is he watching SpongeBob? Is he like? That's a Nickelodeon show. How is he not getting like struck down for watching that show? You just watch a little bit and turn it off? Like a lot. Oh, I see. I mean, sometimes I browse TikTok and people post like full episodes of SpongeBob on there. And then I sit through and watch a couple minutes of it. But I love SpongeBob. SpongeBob was humor defining for me as a child. Yeah, I remember Amani got taken down so fast for watching Avatar. Was she watching on Netflix? I don't remember, but that was Monka Giga, if anything. Thank you for the 2 months, noise pollution. Thank you. I mean, yeah, SpongeBob had some nice I like watching SpongeBob. It's nice. It's very brain off, brain rot. The Fire Nation attacked. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never watched Pokemon anime, dude. I wish I could watch Pokemon anime. If I knew that Pokemon would not come after me for watching their show on stream, I would totally watch it, like if I was just bored. But Mr. Pokemon wouldn't grant me that wish, so you know a way I can. What way can I Do I know what Kick TV? Oh god, no. Not Kick TV, please. Don't send me there. Let him cook. He was not cooking. John Pokemon loves money too much for that. Yeah, Pokemon just doesn't... Does someone have my name on Kick? Yeah. I don't know who took it, but someone did. Which I don't mind. They can have it. Bro is not cooking. He is indeed not cooking. What was your guys' last meal? What did you guys last eat for this year? I made myself an egg sandwich. It was pretty good. I had some milk toast from 85 degrees. Slapped the egg salad stuff on there, and God, it's so good. Ooh, sushi. GC Wolfie's hosting a Pokemon tournament next month. Has boxes of Ludwig and Sykkuno. Really? Wait, that sounds interesting. I would probably tune in. I'm intrigued. Actually, maybe I'll... No, I won't give anyone pointers. I'll just watch from the sidelines. Thank you for the sub, Max Power. Thank you. I just want to see someone participate. No, I don't want to participate. I want to watch people. Thank you for gifting a sub to Poo. Thank you. Thank you for gifting 5 subs to Max Power. Thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Thank you very much. I should commentate? Dude, I don't know what. How would I commentate? I'm like, and he decides to paratype into... yeah, there's no... I could not be like a commentator slash caster because you need to be like very proactive about what's going on and you have to sound enthusiastic, and that is not for me. Yeah, I'd just be like, yeah, and he's probably dead or veg, you know? If someone gets slapped, I'm like, oh... Their Pokemon veg. That's not very good at... not good commentary. Or I'd just be like, this is not normally. And then, yeah, it would be awful, honestly, so... you guys ate good for this last day of the new year, or last day of 2022. But yeah, I mean... I think that's pretty cool. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Pokemon tournament with content creators, so I'm actually interested to, like, see how that runs. I want to see who's actually a big nerd, you know? Maybe people will surprise, and you're like, wow, I never knew this person actually knew that much about this, you know? They, like, researched about it. You saw content creator Random Battles Showdown Tournament? Yeah, I feel like this one, I mean, from the way you guys are explaining it, it sounds like it's gonna be, on Scarlet Violet, so... Oh, Lugia behind me, yeah. Valorant sent me this, it's so freaking cute. You know Neon's little, like, squish? They sent me this, like, now I can also squish it. They sent me some, like, random stuff. He sent me like a cooler thing with the insulation in it. Like, this is where I'm gonna drink all my coffee from. Is that a Kirby with tentacles? No, it is not, but yeah. This Wolfie's doing a little VGC format. Ooh, dude, I want someone to run a stealth team. That's what I want to see. Who's ratty enough to run a stealth team? And I want to see that. And I want to see every other content creator suffer. I just want to see, like, they won't expect it. I feel like Sykkuno will just stick with, like... He really loves Garchomp, right? So I feel like he'll run something around that, or... I don't know. I don't know if he'll actually, like, play meta. I mean, he probably will. I mean, he's a very... What is it? He's a very smart person, so... I mean, I'm pretty sure he'd do his research. I'm gonna see a lot of Dondozo and Tatsugiri Murkros with a content creator VGC? I'm feeling like content creators would just probably go for some like random Hail Mary content team, no? So, I don't know. Imagine if... they have they have coaches? Wait, that's kind of cool. Dude, I want to see someone run a super truck. Some of them are trying. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that sounds nice though. Yeah, I want to see some cheese. I want to see someone bring out something super ratty. That'd be cool. When is it happening? I should coach someone? God, no. There's no coaching to be had from this person. January? Oh, it's at the end of the month? Oh, that's pretty soon. What kind of cheese? I mean, actually, I don't know everything about it, so... Can I get React Andy perms for it? I don't know. No, I'm shy. I don't want to ask. If I don't know a person... Like, I don't know... If I've never interacted with a person, I don't want to ask. We can ask for you. No, I'm shy. I don't... You'll ask him yourself. No, there's no way they know who I am. I'm just a nobody. Dude, I don't. The only time I play Pokemon is just a casual Pokemon Andy, you know. I mean, I would know the participants in it, or like a couple of them, but I don't know the person who's actually hosting the tournament. I don't want to randomly ask them like, "Hey, can I stream your thing?" Like, I would. It's probably they probably wouldn't do that because wouldn't they want it to be? They want the views like all on one channel. One would assume like on his channel or whatever. Oh, he's on YouTube? But he's not on Twitch anymore? There's not that much competition. Yeah, no, I don't wanna ask. Okay, I'll just see what happens and then we can just post-match discussion it. He keeps telling you to subscribe. That's literally, I mean, that's just YouTube in general. Gotta hit that subscribe button. Gotta hit that notification bell. Like. Wait, smash the like button, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, ring, or like, you know, I don't know. And comment if you like something. What is this tournament called? I have no idea. But I just know it's on January 20 something, so. How come I don't post on YouTube consistently? Because I have nothing to post on YouTube. I don't know what I want to do. Also, YouTube videos are like, I don't know. Like, okay, if you, how do I explain it? If you are making a YouTube video, you are gonna record yourself and you kind of have to be like okay with how you look in the moment. Like streaming is a little bit, it feels like a little bit more leisurely because you just turn on the stream, you're there blabbing, chatting, yada yada yada, and then you get off whenever you want to. But YouTube, you have to sit there, you have to film your content first, and then you have to like go back through it and then like edit it a little bit, or like maybe cut out some parts and whatnot. And it's like the most cringe thing is, to me, I'm not saying YouTube is cringe, but I'm saying like I don't want to watch myself talk in front of a camera again, right? So it's just like, guys are cringe, so that's why I don't, you know? If it were things where it was just like, not myself, but like things that I do in my day, if I actually did go outside or if I actually did travel, then I'd be like, yeah, this would be pretty easy. But as you know, I'm here. And I'm here. So you know, like I don't go outside. I'm at home. What do you want me to do? A day in the life as a stay-at-home person. The film content would just be me sitting at my computer all day. It's just like, what's interesting about that? What do you want to see? And then you'd see my cat jump up on my desk here and there, and it's just like, yeah, me. Yeah, I gotta feed my cats, you know, today, and then that's literally it. Our jump times jam. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Slime reviews or hand, dude. There's like all these small details, especially like as a, you know, if you're doing something that involves your hands, I feel like you want to have like nice looking hands. Like if people do like slime reviews, like I don't want my grubby like fingers on camera because they're not like nice to look at, you know, like someone that has like nice hands and like doing that kind of thing, then it'd just be like more visually appealing. There's like, it's like the small intricate details that make like making YouTube videos a little bit more difficult, if that makes sense. I don't know. So yeah, you never like, no, like my hands, like some people have like very like nice thin like model hands. I just have like these grippers. I don't freaking know. Like my mom always yelled at me as a child. She's like, stop cracking your knuckles, your fingers are gonna get fat, whatever. I'm like, well, honestly, it's not that I cracked my fingers that it looks like this. It's because your hands look exactly like mine. So maybe that's something to do with it, right? So thank you for the 23 gifted subs, Fox Moss. Thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a good hand. I don't really know how to describe. Like, if you just see someone's hand and you're like, yeah, that's a very nice looking hand. Like, I don't know, who has nice hands? Like, I feel like a lot of my friends have nice looking hands. Like, Arya has nice hands. Like, her fingers are, I don't know, it's like small, like, yeah, very dainty. You know, like mine. Yeah, I don't know. They're not dainty. Let's just leave it at that. But normal hand Andy. I have gamer hands. Yeah, I do. But honestly, yeah. I mean, I'm glad I have normal sized hands because you know, like small hands is like a coveted thing, I guess. Like having small hands is like a nice thing or something. But I have like normal sized hands, large hands, I don't know. My mom says I have like pretty large hands, but or like she's like I have long fingers. Yeah, I don't know. I appreciate having my sized hands because I can like, especially when I'm opening a jar, like I'm imagining if my hands were any smaller then I would be very frustrated. Especially when I'm like opening things in the kitchen, like a jar of Chinese foot fighting. I have seen that, and that's crazy because I would never, and that just seems very uncomfortable. I mean, who's gonna be staring at your feet anyway? Not me, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, some people. Yeah, I mean, you know, in a lot of, what do you call it? In a lot of places, like having small hands and like small feet, or like having them look like a specific way is like portrayed as very beautiful, right? Like it's a beauty standard. It's like, I'm not gonna be looking at your feet. Like, there's no way someone would be like, you know what? This person's feet a little bit too wide. I don't like this person anymore. Like, there's no way you would you would judge someone by the way that their like floor grippers look like. So I don't know. I mean, just like if I think back in the older times, it's kind of crazy because there's no way I'd do something like that. It's probably happened. I mean, yeah, I'm very sure it has happened, but like if you like logically think about it, who's gonna be, yeah, like their feet, it's like 2 centimeters wider than how I would like actually like them. So, you know what? I'm gonna break up with this person. It's like, oh my god. Thank you for gifting a sub, anonymous. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's how they were like, but I mean, it's just thinking about it, you're like, oh, it's not crazy. The big toe diameter is not up to standard. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, they're not grippy enough. I don't know. Gamer hands. Is there such thing as gamer hands? The only things I've seen about hands is like when people go like, you know how like people try to make their hands very veiny. Wait, let me try. You know, like it's like a thirst trap that like most people do. They're like, yeah, I want to show off like my super veiny hands, and they like grab something, and then the general public is like, oh my god, that's so hot. I'm just like, yeah, you know, you guys don't know that? Like, wait, I'm so surprised. That is a thing. Yes, like many females, listen up. For those who are interested in the ladies, some ladies really like veiny hands. And then a lot of people like make their hands like super veiny, like they cut off the circulation so it looks, or like, you know, they get the like pump workout, right? And they got their veins like popping out a little bit, and they're just, and I'm just like like, oh god, no, please. You spitting new knowledge? You know, obviously you're not on the internet enough. Like, I mean, I'm not even on it that much, but when I hear like people, I mean, you know what? It's fine. Like, if you like a specific thing, that's fine. I just think it's fun. Like, whenever I see someone, like, you can, I feel like you can tell when someone's like doing it to like show off in a bit. So like whenever I see or like scroll past or see someone like trying to appeal to those, you know, I'm just like, get a hold of yourself, you know, like you have so much more to live for. You have so much more, like, there's so much more about you that, you know, people would probably like you don't always have to show yourself like gripping like a blanket with your hand, right? So where did I learn about this? No, it's been very I feel like that's a common like thing that people like. I don't know why, but personally I do not care for it at all, but I just look at them like, okay. You've never heard of this? Oh, a lot of women liked it for some reason. I don't know why. Forums? No, it's like the hands, forearm, whatever. Yeah, also the forearm is like very popular too. I don't know why, but dude, I don't know. People like neck bones? You mean collarbones? Neck bones? Like this part? Yeah, I know. That's like when people have like nice collarbones. It looks more like graceful, right? I don't know. I know that's like a thing for like women, or like women with like very nice collarbones. Like it just looks like very graceful. So like when they wear like dresses and stuff, you know, it just like looks very nice in general. Neck bones. Neck bones is funny. Clavicle, yeah, clavicle, collarbone, whatever. You're losing brain cells? No, this is a brain rot only stream. What about veiny women? Dude, I love women in any shape or form. I love them. I do not. I don't have like, I don't know. I feel like I can find anything beautiful, so I'm a wound enjoyer. Buff women, I would like to be held by one. Men, on the other hand, women, very good, very base. Men, I don't know. Sports gambling? I don't know. It's just gambling, right? Well, the only thing I know about sports gambling is just that, I don't know. Isn't it like common in every sort of thing that's like that has gambling involved in it? They just like throw if they're like paid a lot, and they're just like, "Is this person throwing? Are you doing the thing for some money?" So, I mean, like even in games and whatnot, because you know, what is it like Counter-Strike? There are people who match fixed and whatnot, right? So it just happens anywhere. Anything with money involved. Me for the 4 months bronze. Thank you. I buy power. Oh yeah, dude. Buff woman, dude. Like, I admire people who put work, like especially or not especially. I honestly like I don't know what it is. Like men, but like buff women. Buff men scare me. I don't know why. They just scare me. But when I see buff women, I think that's very nice. To simply put it, it looks very nice. I don't know. Too much testosterone? Maybe. I don't know. Bodybuilders scare me. It just looks unnatural. I mean, obviously, it's like, I understand that they've put a lot of work into their physique and it's, you know, like, great, right? But sometimes it just looks unnatural. Like, it looks too... They don't look real. Does that make sense? I don't know. And then I'm just like... I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna discriminate against someone that, you know, works hard for their body or whatnot. But, like, you know, when someone's, like, on the roids and stuff, you're like, ooh, yeah, that's kind of spookage. Like, you know, you should be happy with, like, what your body can build and what you do have, right? It's like... When someone's doing other things, other means to make them look big, it's like, oh, that's a little spookage. Giga Chad is sad right now. I'm sorry, Giga Chad. I don't know anyone from Singles Inferno. But yeah, I mean, you know, to each their own, right? Like, if they want to use something, fine, but like, I mean, I guess it's just concerning in a way. Plastic surgery? I mean, yeah, I feel like, you know, I've seen like celebrities transform like over the years, right? Like some people do work and stuff, and honestly, when I see them do stuff to themselves, I just feel like they looked better beforehand. I don't know, like, but I mean, you know, everyone has their own demons and like how they look, and you know, everyone's their worst critic. So obviously, you're gonna notice a lot of small details that no one else probably even bothers to look at of yours, and you might bother to buy it. So. Yeah, I feel like a lot of celebrities probably get juiced for like movie roles, right? Because like when you see them on screen, you're like, this guy is not normally, or is it like CGI? I don't know, but yeah. The thing about, like, I'm all for anyone, you know, doing anything that makes them happy about their appearance, whatever. Because, you know, honestly, like, that's what you strive for, like, being happy in your own body. But, yeah, some people should probably stray away from, like, fixing things about themselves that they don't like. Because some people are, like, very perfectionist, right? Like, sometimes they want to look like a completely different person, but that's not achievable because of their like bone structure, like how they, you know, naturally are. Because like you can only alter yourself so far, right? So it's just like, I don't know, people who are like super perfectionist about what something should look like, and I feel like that's when it gets like super addictive to someone. And then that's when you see like it go downhill, like they keep going back. it is achievable with enough money. Not true, because actually there's a very classic case that I can think of. Not classic, but you know, I feel like he's very well known in the community because he's like very strange, and he's like a fetishist maybe, because he's like a Koreaboo or something. This guy named Ollie London, and he like wanted to get surgery to look like Jimin from BTS. And let me tell you, he does not look anything like him. He looks scary, right? He just looks... He looks spooky. Like, no matter how much money you spend on, like, looking like something, sometimes it's just not physically possible. Like, you can't race change from a white man to an Asian person, but no matter how much money you have, it's just, like, not possible. Like, if you have specific features that maybe resemble something that you're going for, like, it's possible, I think, but I don't think it's possible. Like, you just need to like boot up Sims or something and, you know, like live your life through there or something if you don't look differently, because it's just not physically possible. Like some other thing. But yeah, I mean, it just... Yeah, I mean, but it's, you know, in the sense, it's like kind of sad because, you know, I mean, like, some people just don't like the way they look and they want to change it, and then, like, honestly, that's like the scariest thing about getting stuff done, is because you can't revert back. Like, there's no undo button with getting surgery. Like, once it's done, it's like there. Like, they could try to like fix it up if, you know, it looks bad, but it's always gonna have like some sort of effect. So spooky. So it'd be nice if everyone could be, you know, somewhat happy with the way they look, but you know, sometimes it's not possible. You're in that boat right now? Oh yeah, I mean, I've always been that boat. Like, I've always hated the way I looked. Like, appearance in general has always been like very hard for me, because when I moved to the States at a young age, so I came here and I grew up in like a predominantly white neighborhood, right? And I was very tan too. So it's like, I go outside, I don't look like anyone around me. Like, that I go to school with, I don't look anything like them, right? Who I see on TV, I don't look like them at all. I'm a totally different race. And then I like watch, you know, like Korean television or whatever my parents like watching, and they're like the total opposite. Like, they're just super pale, like super skinny, you know, like that's like the beauty standard. What does white have anything to do? Because I'm Asian. You see, if I move from Korea and then I go to the States, obviously I'm not gonna feel like I fit in because everyone else is a different race than I am. What do you mean? What does this have to do with being white? Like, use the brain. You don't see color? Oh no. No, not one of these. Disparage. But yeah, it's just, I always grew up with like very, it was just, it's I feel like it's very hard for people, especially like immigrant families or like children of immigrant families, you know, growing up in a totally different place, because you just don't feel like you fit in anywhere. Like, you don't fit in with things back at home, and you don't fit in with things where you are now, and it's just like, you know. So I always struggled with that growing up. It was tough. I mean, I still do now, like, but I think it's really easy because, you know, you just see a lot of things online. There's all these things that you see that you find beautiful or attractive or whatever, things that you wish you could be, and I guess things are like, so I mean, things on the internet are just very, it's iffy, because some people have worked hard, some people have gotten stuff done, some people, not everyone's gonna disclose what they've done to themselves, right? And that's, you know, up to the person, whatever. But in the same sense, it's like really toxic to everyone that's consuming it, because they just have the idea that this person is like this perfect already, you know, of how they look. 'Cause even with celebrities, like they get stuff done, or you know, they have someone that like always does like their makeup, even if they look like, you know, they don't have anything on, like they have something on, you know, it's like they're not like completely bare face and stuff like that. So it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's hard to be happy with yourself, but especially appearance wise, when everything is, when there's like specific standards that people find beautiful, you know, it's, and it's always changing like a little bit over time. But you know what? Ultimately, we should learn to be happy with ourselves because, I don't know, we only have one life to live, so just being in turmoil over something that you probably can't change, or you know, it's better to accept like, you know, this is who I am, so you know, might as well find. But I mean, if it bothers you that much, maybe you could get something done if that's what bothers you and stuff like that. You know, I feel like everyone, I feel like when I see someone, I can like appreciate some feature that they have. Like I feel like there's beauty in like anyone. I don't know. Well, that's like literally if I just look around, I'm just like, yeah, this person has a nice something. Like it's not hard to pick or like notice that someone has a nice quality about them. But yeah, 1 minute left until the new year here. What am I gonna do? Time to count down. How many seconds are there? It's 20 seconds till. Yeah, but honestly, yeah, being respectful is the best quality you could probably have. Where's the ball drop? Wait, can I do this in time? I actually don't think I can. There's 3 seconds. 2, 1. Happy New Year. Well, from my, you know, area from Texas. Happy New Year's. I hope you guys have a, you know, wonderful year ahead of you. Happy New Year's from, you know, Central. I think I hear fire. It's not that loud, so my cats won't be scared. But I hear people talking outside, so if you guys hear anything or anything gets crazy, God, I hope my fire alarm doesn't go off. Happy New Year's. My fire alarm went off, God, went off yesterday. It went off the day before. Thank God I wasn't streaming, but I gave, what do you call it? I gave an email. I gave a very stern email to my apartment complex because I was like, hey, you know, what's up with all these fire alarms going off at a weird time? Thank you for the 5 subs, Moonfake. Thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Does it always go off this out? No, it actually just started recently, and I was like, hey, you know, the fire alarms have been going off pretty often at random hours, and I feel like, you know, to what point can you do this? Because no, like, since there's nothing actually alarming happening, in the case there's an actual fire in this apartment, who, like, how many residents are gonna take it seriously and actually evacuate the building? Because all these alarms have just been going off for no reason, right? And then I was just like, and it's also concerning because there's a lot of animals in this apartment complex. There's a lot of dogs. I see them all the time when I'm going like in and out of the apartment. So I'm like, you know, it's very stressful to everyone's pets and such. And they gave me an email back, right? And they replied, I was like, at least, you know, I feel like the people living here deserve an explanation for what's going on. Like, because they haven't emailed anything. Like, because, you know, usually when apartments test fire alarms, they'll be like, hey, we'll be running a test from like this time to this time, right? But they didn't, you know, they didn't say anything. And the guy that emailed me back gave me a reason. He was like, yeah, actually, the one over Christmas time, it was because of the weather outside. And I was like, How is the fire alarm going off from the weather outside when literally nothing is happening? I was like, first of all, that does not make sense. Like, nothing is happening in Texas. Like, it's not snowing. It's not, like, super hot. It's not super cold. So why is the fire alarm going off in the middle? Are they trying to... like, for me, I think they're just trying to come up... They're scrambling to get whatever reason that I may believe, or that the residents may believe, to not, like, have any issues with. Power issues? Yeah, but there's no power issues either. Like, there's no, like, storms going on, things like that. Like, if I could think back and, like, oh yeah, it was, you know, the weather was actually pretty bad this day, then I'd be like, oh yeah, but it was perfectly fine. So it's just like, I would rather them just say, like, I don't know. And they're like, well, the one this morning that happened actually... What was it? Yesterday morning, or is it this morning? Did it go off this morning? I think the alarm went up... No. It went off yesterday morning. And they're like, yeah, the one that went off yesterday was actually, like, one of the residents. And then the other one, it was, like, testing for a building nearby. Or, like, one of the things that they're working on. I'm like, well, if it's a test for something that you guys were doing, then wouldn't you, like... You know, wouldn't you tell your residents about it? Well, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. It just goes off randomly, yeah, but I mean... All I can think is, if a fire actually happened in this apartment complex, no one's gonna actually start scrambling outside and leaving. Because every time it goes off and I look out the window, everyone's just looking out their windows to see... Like, what's going on here? Like, is anyone actually leaving their building? They're like, oh, no, they're not. They're just gonna chill here, so... Yeah. Yeah, it's very dangerous, and it's very worrying. And it's like, yeah, I guess we'll just die. Like, I don't know. Like, you know that, the This Is Fine picture? I'm pretty sure that's literally gonna be everyone in this apartment complex, because it just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. You hate false fire alarms? I mean, the one that went off recently genuinely gave me, like, my heart rate, like, shot up, because I think it went off at, like, because I went to sleep around probably, like, 8 a.m. and then the alarm went off at 12, and I just, like, jumped because I just got, like, a heart attack, and I felt so bad. Yeah, my cats, because my cats always just sleep by me. Like, usually Kumo sits on this chair and he's sleeping. And then Haru's sleeping next to me on the bed. And then they just, like, bolt and they just run somewhere. And then I just feel so bad for them. And I'm just laying there, I'm having, like, a mini heart attack because I get woken up from this super loud alarm. I'm just like, God, what is going on here? So yeah, I just feel so bad for my cats because it's been happening, like, almost every single day. And I feel like, I don't know, it's not very healthy for them. Especially Haru, because he's a very anxious cat. My little baby. Yeah, it's been, like, since Christmas, and it's just been... I'm actually gonna go through my Joker moments and, like... I don't know if you're allowed to, like... I think I read somewhere that if it does go off often, or, like, you know, things are happening, you can break lease or something like that, but I'm not sure on, like, what circumstances it is. But I mean, if it goes on like that often, like how it is now, I would not want to be living here, even if it's a pain to, like, move out and stuff. It's just not something I would want to do. It's very disturbing, very disruptive, especially to my animals. My poor sons. I'd just probably find, like, another apartment. Has it been consistent? It's been, like, a week. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty bad, right? If it's, like, almost every day for a week, like, maybe just not today, but, like, every day but that, it's pretty bad. Yeah, and they haven't even bothered to send out, like, a general email to all the tenants either, so it's like, what's up with that? Thank you for the 21 months briefing. Thank you. Oh yeah, I got Cinderace yesterday. I did the raid of that as well. Yeah, I have. I wish. God, I wish I could turn it off, but I can't, and it's very anger-inducing. Happy New Year's, Eric. So I use the slow bro method. We used Sam and I did, and we did. What did I do? Slow King and Slow King and Toxapex, I think. Any special plans for the first day of the year? I have to make rice cake soup and eat it. My mom said to make a couple of things. She said to make rice cake soup, obviously, and then she said to make japchae and ton. But I don't know if I want to make all that because I don't know if I'll eat it. But I will make rice cake soup because, you know, you have to eat it. You know, it's still left for the new year, but other than that, I don't know if I'll make the rest. But Armor is pretty easy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Armor should be pretty good as well. Probably, I don't think you'll. I mean, I don't know. It depends, I guess. I don't know if you're able to do it, but I just read somewhere that you could possibly do it if it's been like very disruptive or like, you know, a lot of false ones going off. Maybe for the Bits burrito, have I ever? I don't know. I've never streamed it, but I have played it a couple of times here and there. Yeah, I'll cook today, but I don't know if I have any other plans for this day in particular. Nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'll just chill, you know. Have a nice burst. How big are my glasses? I don't know. I mean, I feel like they're pretty large. I don't know like how. I don't know the size of my glasses. If I ever dye my hair pink, I dyed it, or I bleached my hair a lot in the past, and I want to preserve the hair that I have left as I'm steadily, you know, getting older over time, and my hair is getting thinner. Like, I want to preserve the hair on my head. I don't want to go bald at an early age, right? So I had my fun with like bleached hair, because it was like, I had colored hair for like 3 years straight, maybe. So, you know, I just want a healthy scalp and healthy hair. I mean, maybe I'll dye my hair in the future. I want to dye it brown. I don't want to dye it like a crazy color. Like, if I ever wanted a crazy color, I feel like I would probably just get a wig or something, right, to try it out. But I kind of want to dye it like a brownish color, like lighter. I've been finding that hair color very pretty. Yeah, it is New Year's for me. It is currently January 1st here. But yeah, but if anything, if you appreciate healthy hair, I would highly recommend to never bleach your hair. Even though it looks really nice and you want to do it, in the end you're gonna feel sad because your hair is never gonna feel the same way it did. And then, yeah, it's just like, no matter how, like, a lot of, like, everyone that I know who has dyed their hair or, like, bleached their hair, they're like, I miss my healthy hair. I'm like, you know, yeah, me too. Just wear a wig, yeah, just wear a wig. I mean, wigs these days have been looking real nice. They look very realistic, but, I mean, some of them are pretty costly as well. Bleaching, honestly, yeah, I mean, you get an itchy scalp sometimes, and your hair dries out, and sometimes your hair breaks because it gets thin. There's a lot of hair to do with. Honestly, yeah, I don't think I want to care. Like, I'm a lazy person anyway, so having my hair bleached again would just be a lot of things to maintain. I literally could not think of what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, I don't know what I was even trying to say, but I had a hard time even saying whatever I tried to say here. Like, blonde is hard to upkeep. You have to use like purple shampoo so it doesn't get grassy and all that. I do not miss having bleached hair. I mean, the color's fun, but honestly, when I wake up in the morning and I have bleached hair, I feel like a ghost, really. I don't feel like a real human unless if I put makeup on. 'Cause it washes out a lot of my features, especially, so... I mean, I think bleach hair always looks nice if it's done correctly. Yeah. Callie's still in the past. Yeah, Callie's in the past for an hour and, you know, a little bit less than 2 hours, I suppose. You gonna try once? Yeah, I mean, when you're ready to part ways with your hair, with your nice, healthy head of hair, then, you know, you can bleach. I mean, people like having bleached hair, right? But for me, ultimately, I feel like I regret it. It was fun, but like when I feel my hair now, I'm just like, and think about what it used to be, I'm like, I shouldn't have bleached my hair. It is an experience. The bleacher diet. I mean, you have to bleach your hair if you want to lift your hair color, right? So like, there's no way you're gonna go blonde with this hair if you don't bleach it. Like if you want to go like very vivid colors, like, or you want to like silver, you want to go a specific color like pink, etc. Like you have to get your hair very, very bright for your base, for the color to show off, like a specific tone. Thank you for the 4 months, Michael. Thank you. It is expensive to maintain because, you know, your roots grow out very fast, and then if you don't like that look, I mean, I feel like most of the time it's just like a lot of money to maintain, unless if you like learn how to do it yourself, but also it's kind of like, it's also risky because your hair could break off at this point. That's why, like, when you see a lot of people with bleached hair, they have a lot of like small hairs that have broken off. Yeah, I mean, if you have short hair, it's not too bad, but when you have long hair and how long it takes for them to do your whole head of hair. I've sat at a salon. I think the longest time it's taken them to do my hair was like 4 hours. Maybe it was over 4 hours. I remember sitting at a salon for a really long time, for like my whole day, like morning and afternoon into the evening. They were just sitting there and doing my hair for like the bleaching and then coloring and then everything. That's not something I want to sit through again. The cost of beauty, yeah. Cost of beauty to have not healthy hair and your scalp burn or itch. I don't know about you guys, but whenever the lady was like, yeah, tell me if it like burns or itches, right? I'm just like, okay. And then I'll feel discomfort. Obviously, it's never been to like a searing pain where I'm just like, I'll get this off me. But it's like, if I feel it a little bit, I'm just like, I'm not gonna bother them about it. I just don't say anything. Every time I get something, I just don't say anything. They're like, if this hurts or whatever, just let me know. I'm like, I can deal with the pain, it's fine. Surprisingly, the least painful experience I've ever had was my piercings. I've been thinking about getting another piercing, but I'm afraid. Because I wanted to get a belly button piercing, right? Or I've thought about it like here and there. But I was just like, I feel like it's gonna get caught on a lot of things and it's gonna get really irritated, and all the stories I hear about it, I'm just like, I feel like it won't be good. Also, I feel like it's yeah, you have to have like a certain anatomy for like a belly button piercing, from what I've done research about. Because like if you don't have like enough of something to like pierce through, or if it's like too much, then they won't, the piercer will say that they don't want to do it because there's like not enough room, or you don't have enough to pierce through or something like that. Yeah, you can't have like a shallow belly button. But yeah, I've thinking about it like, oh god, like what if it gets caught on my clothes, or you know, I like sleeping on my stomach. I hate sleeping on my back. I find it very uncomfortable, but I have been recently. I've been trying, and it's not gonna work out for me. So, probably not a good idea. I should not. Did I play Dragonflight? I did for a little bit. It's just, it wasn't really my. I just wish they made all the content new, because they brought back like old content, so that made everything feel very old. Like I loved Castle Nathria so much, and I played Shadowlands a ton because everything felt like very fresh. But then when I did the raid tier for this, you know, for Dragonflight, it was just boring, right? It just had like nothing to really offer. There's nothing like mechanically challenging, or you know, it was just very simple mechanics. Just, hey, soak this, spread out when this happens, you know, touch this if you're affected by this. I was like, okay, well, that's kind of boring, you know. Yeah, Castle Nathria was really good, but also like, I'm pretty sure a lot of their staff went kaput after COVID, right? So, pretty sure they're just like, you know what, let's just throw in, you know, the old mechanics and stuff. Razageth is fun. Okay, Razageth, I mean, I hate to be someone who's like comparative to the past, but like, if I compare Razageth to freaking Sired Nathris, or not even like Sired Nathris, but even before the final boss of the raid tier, there were just like so many better bosses than in Castle Nathria than there is in Dragonflight. You wanna get a piercing but you're a side sleeper? Off topic. I mean, you're just gonna have to avoid that side that you sleep on, because I'm a side sleeper too, but you know, I got both ears pierced, like very, you know, I mean, I don't have a lot of piercings on this side because I don't have any earrings in, but I think I have an even number. I think I have 6 on each side, but I just alternate sides when they're healing. Or even if you're a side sleeper, you just don't sleep on your ear. So how I sleep is like this, so my ear is not. Oh, aren't those? There's like those pillows with like a little hole, right? So you could buy one of those and sleep on that, and you know, avoid having your ear lay on something. You can still sleep on your side. I feel like that's probably not a bad idea. Is my arm not getting numb? It does, and if it does, then I just, you know, I change. I flip around. So yeah, you what? Dude, Sired Nathris was so fun. I loved Sired Nathris. Even like after that raid tier, what was that one boss? I was talking about it recently. Painsmith. Painsmith was like the Mario Party-esque raid boss, though the one after, you know, like the next raid tier after the first raid tier in Castle Nathria. And I thought that one was really fun too. Like it was what, like the 6th boss. God, I hate to be like person living in the past, but that was such a good raid. Is that the one with the fall guys balls? He had like, yeah, so that boss had like a bunch of balls like going, and then you'd have to break one of the balls, I think, and then like go through, and then there's like fire and there's like spikes and specific patterns. It was a lot of fun. Why is my Switch not doing the thing? Why is it not appearing? Whoa. Oh, communication with surface. Oh, here we go. Are we hatching? Yeah, I'm gonna hatch a little bit waiting for the West Coast New Year's, and then I'll probably get off after that. Thank you for the sub with Prime, janitor thing. Thank you. What's my shiny counter at? I don't know. So, is showing? Oh, here it is. Did I get the Cinderace? I do have Cinderace. Is it in my party right now? No, it's not. I have it somewhere. Or maybe it is in my party. Charmander, Charizard. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. I caught him in a fastball. It matches his colors pretty well, right? Pretty nice, I'd say. Very wicked, very cool. Yeah, I mean, repeat ball works too. Oh my god, thank you so much for gifting 100 subs. Get them. Thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, Cinderace definitely felt harder than Charizard, which is really nice. And I feel like it was much needed as well, because, you know, Charizard was very easy, but Cinderace had a lot more coverage. And they gave it Iron Head so the fairy types would suffer a little bit. Oh, this is a slope. Excuse me. Yeah, the bulk up. The craziest thing is your AI loves to throw in whatever is just the AI with the Weavile. I was just like, oh god, no, please. Why are you inting my raid? I hear people. I hear the voices. Not in my walls, but outside celebrating New Year's. I wonder if people are celebrating. I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna go take a peep. No one is down there. No. Yeah, the voices are freaking real. No one out there. Wait. Oh, no. There. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty foggy outside, but I can't tell if it's like the condensation from like how humid it is outside, or if it's like the fireworks smoke. I don't think anyone's doing anything here. Does it come foggy? I mean, it's been like kind of humid, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Super fun. Yeah, it's like it was kind of chilly the past what? Past couple of days up until maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. It was cold for like a little less than a week, and now it's back to warmth. It's how it's 61 degrees right now. So yeah. Does it ever snow? Not in my area, but I think it snowed in Dallas recently, like on Christmas, or maybe a little bit before Christmas, I believe. Oh yeah. Guys, I made a purchase before the year ended. I purchased something, what was it, 2 days ago? Purchased some Pokemon card boxes, because, you know, I can't resist the temptation. I bought 4 boxes of V-Star Universe. So whenever that comes in, I'll probably open it on stream. Yeah, okay, originally I was gonna buy 3. And then I was like, you know what? What's one more? And I added one more. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah, 4. It's 10 packs per, so it's 40 packs. Yeah, yeah, it definitely was a lot cheaper on the site that I bought it on. But can you blame me? The card art for V-Star Universe, all the so beautiful. If there is a set to master set or like collect a bunch of cards in, it's definitely that one. But yeah. Yeah, after that it's like I don't really buy Pokemon cards. Like sometimes I went on to Island Stream like 2 or 3 days ago and I bought like a mystery packs from him. Oh, I did that. Dude, I don't know. Something about Pokemon cards is like addictive. I don't know what it is, but every now and then I'll just buy a couple and want to open them. No, I'm not rich. I'm just not very good with the temptations of buying Pokemon cards. If I were rich, you know what I would be buying? I'd be buying like the first edition like boxes. I wish I had enough money to buy those things because God, I would love to open them and see what I get. Like the Jungle Edition card. If I were rich, I would buy. God, that would be such a dream. Like buying all those boxes and being able to open them on stream. Yeah, but obviously if I had that much money, I would not be... I'd be very, very well set on life because there would be other things that are much more important to spend my money on than first edition Pokemon cards. Yeah, for right now, the more I grow older, the more I'm like, wow, maybe I am like a soccer mom or whatever. Because like, I do like, I can appreciate a nice, like, I don't really care for cars, whatever, but I just like things for their functionality more so. So whenever I look at cars, I look at a van, or if I sit in a nice van with a lot of space, I'm like, you know, this is a really nice, comfortable car, and it can fit so many things, like your groceries, and, you know, if you ever go to IKEA, like, the furniture, like, this is a very, very nice car. Like, oh god, maybe I am turning into, like, a soccer mom. Disparage. So much storage. But it's so nice. Like, functionality of things can't be beat, you know? Minivan to soccer mom pipeline, but I wouldn't be a soccer mom. Like, I wouldn't have children. I would have, like, soccer cats. I don't know. Soccer aunt, yeah. But like, the children wouldn't want me to pick them up from school because they're like, Mom, your car is embarrassing. Or like, Aunt, your car is embarrassing. This is not a cool looking car. And I'll be like, I'm sorry. Embarrass them hard. I'll pull up in a clown car. And then honk as well. Honk real loud. So they know I'm outside. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know too much about cars, so I can't really discuss, but... I think when I was younger... My parents always said I've had, like, a... Whenever they ask me like, what do I like? I always pick the very, very expensive things. Like if we'd go out somewhere, they're like, what do you think looks best? I'm like, I think that one looks best. And I'm like, yeah, that one's also the most priciest one. I'm like, But I think we're looking at cars when I was like super young, and they're like, what kind of car do you want? I'm like, I like this one. And then I don't know, it was like probably like some older model of a Corvette, and my dad was like, yeah, that's kind of pricey. And I was like, yeah, but what's the nicest? Like my brother and my dad would be talking about like other cars, you know, that are much more like lower in the range. You're like, yeah, this is a nice car. I'm just like, yeah, what about this one though? Thank you for gifting 10 subs, Mr. Great. Thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Thank you very much. What kind of car do I want today? I just want a nice functional car. I have been thinking recently, like, it would be nice to have a car, because, like, before I was living with my brother and he has a car, so it's nice, but, like, moving out, I don't have one, but I feel like having a car is definitely very, very nice. But... no Tesla? I don't like Teslas. Yeah, I've not drove in a very long time. Honestly, I have, like, driving anxiety. It's just, like, every time I'm on the road, I just get spooked, because I'm like, oh my god, what if something happens? It's not me that gets... that's not me that scares me, it's more like the people on the road scare me, so... I get driving anxiety. I'm not God's strongest soldier on the road. Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty convenient, but if I were to ever get one, it'd probably be like, I don't really care about what car, I just care about its functionality. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I could really care less about what I pull up with, like, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, I'll start rolling around in a scooter, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like a nice, reliable car. A sturdy, you know, durable car that can get the job done. That's, like, honestly all I'd probably want. Like, I don't really care for nice cars, because, I mean, like, that's something I would do, like, if I literally had nothing else to spend my money on, right? If I ever got to a point in my life where I'm like, you know what, I want to have a nice car then, you know? But I mean, I could care less about what my car looks like, as long as it's safe and it's good, and yeah. And if it's comfortable. I just like comfortable seats. I might fall asleep. I think I would have too much. Okay, first of all, I have a hard time falling asleep in general, so there's no way I'd fall asleep in a car, driving a car. But yeah, I mean, one could be tired for sure. But yeah, I wish, God, only public transportation were a bit more accessible, like a nice, after being in places where public transportation is so prominent, it sucks to be back here, and you're like, battery depleted. Hey, it's charging. What do you mean it's depleted? Excuse me. Oh, maybe I plugged in the wrong. That could be it. If if America could afford good public transportation right now, I mean, I'm sure they can, but they just decide to spend it on other things like, oh no, probably military related things, etc. I don't know. Why offer a better, living space for the people that live in our country if we could just buy some more guns, Keikona? The super tank. I'm not patriotic. I'm not even a citizen. Of course I'm not. I'm just here. I'm just vibing as a resident. I'm not a citizen. Keikona would like to know my location. Oh god, please no. Not him. I'm scared. Thank you for gifting a sub to Eric, Mr. Greathy. Thank you. 32 eggs? Congrats. Darn tootin', is that something people say anymore? I mean, yeah, there's probably like a specific group of people who still say that. Definitely. I think my eggs are in the wrong box. No. I must go fix this up. Oh no. This is not what we like to see. Well, hopefully they didn't produce that many so I don't have to go scavenge around my boxes to see where they are. Yeah, Scarlet Violet boxes do take a lot of time to... Oh god, what did I do? Okay. These are the rest. Thank you for gifting 5 subs, Arlen. Thank you. If you guys got a sub, please make sure to say thank you. Thank you very much. Why the boxes load so slow? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oops. What was the number for Tadpole? It was like 2,265 or something like that. Something of the sort. Yeah, first try, definitely. Oh no. Working. Yeah, only actually. Is there a single egg? Oh. Yeah. Well, it's almost filled out, I suppose. Get a picnic a little bit. Time to find female shiny Salandit. Yeah. Go rack up one of those. What am I gonna do? It's upcoming. What do I want to do this month? I need to plan out like what am I gonna do in the month of January? Fortnite? Fortnite. Definitely not Fortnite. Maybe Charmander will take so long you don't have to worry about that. Possibly. Sleep more than ever. That has not been... If the alarms stop ringing, then yeah, maybe I might be able to sleep a little bit better. Make a YouTube video? Oh no. Actually, one thing I want to do more this year is drink more water. Which I've been pretty proactive, like, since like a week and a half ago, I think. I've been pretty bad about drinking water in general, so... More hydration. But is there anything else that I really want to... I mean, there are, like, things that I wish to do, but... I mean, I wouldn't make them a resolution. I would just make myself to work on it a bit more. I feel like what? I don't know, just like draw more, make create stuff more, you know? But I think I could just convince myself to do it eventually, or get myself to do it instead of like making it a resolution, because I feel like putting the tag of a resolution would make me feel bad if I, you know, didn't do enough apps. Any travel plans? I really do want to travel this year. I mean, I'm just gonna have to see if I can, but I would really love to. It'd be super nice. I do want to go to Japan and Korea at some point in time this year, but we'll see. Any chance I want to release a high quality mousepad? I don't know. I have an idea for desk mats here and there, but I don't know about mouse pads. I don't know if I can... I mean, I could probably make my own thing, but I don't know if I'm, like, allowed to work with other places because of Corsair, so... That's one thing. Okay, I think I have enough to... How many times have I been to Korea? Once, and that was in... Ever since I moved here, I only been to Korea once, and that was like when I was in 6th grade. It's been a very, very, very long time since I've been. Yes. You caught your first only shiny. It was Berg's disguised as a toad scroll. Dude, toad scroll shiny looks really nice. Have a decent amount of eggs. 32 eggs? Toad Scroll is actually one of the best shinies in this gen, I feel like. Happy New Year to you too. Wiglet is sick. Wiglet is like yellowish, goldenish. Blue? What I think about the gen overall, I mean, I like how it played. I mean, I like it. I just, if it ran better, it would be very good. But you know, it does not run very well. So that is the main issue. You know. Yeah, I do love the gimmick of this generation much more than the past couple of gens. That I don't really like Gigantamax too much. If Terra typing looked cooler, that would also be nice, but... You need to change their whole engine to focus more on performance. Oh, interesting. Thank you for the sub, Hungry Good. Thank you. And I wasn't too much of a fan of Gigantamax. I forgot I need to increase this every time now. Is Charmander the last shiny I plan on hatching? Yeah, I think so. And then after Charmander, I'm probably gonna just... I don't know, find something else to do. We shall see how it goes. What is this? Oh. That's all of them, actually. But until DLC, yeah, basically. Probably won't be playing it as much anymore, unless if there's like some raids to do. Like if they come out with Greninja, I will return, and I would love a shiny Froakie because I love Greninja's shiny a ton. But other than that, probably not much to do in the game. Yeah, the shiny Bellybolt with Strat, it brought in some good luck. But not shiny Bruxish? No, I'm good. I don't want to damage my eyes. What do you think about the rumors returning to Kalos for the DLC? I mean, yeah. There are a lot of Gen 6 Pokemon in this game, so I mean, if that happens to be true, I probably wouldn't be surprised, but I have my doubts of them adding like a past gen into a DLC. That'd be kind of crazy. But if they start doing that, then they would probably encourage them to, you know, bring back some other older gens in future games. Hope for a Gen 2 remake. I mean, the only possible Gen 2 remake you'll ever get is Let's Go Johto. But they're not gonna remake like a, you know... if anything, they're gonna remake Gen 5. Or Legend Celebi. But I mean, they started with... I don't know. We'll see. It would be cool, though, but they started off with God and time and space, so what are they gonna go on to? Are they gonna go to land and sea? Or are they gonna go to... I mean, I don't remember what... Lugia's like the guardian of the sea, right? And then Ho-Oh's... I don't know what his title is, honestly, but... I feel like if anything, they would do like a Legends Gen 3, because it's like land, sea, and sky, right? Because Rayquaza, Kyogre, and Groudon. That's what I would probably assume if they're going with like a thematic. Okay. Oh, it's the rainbow Pokemon. Okay. It's just rainbow, like nothing else. It's just rainbows. I'd be down for like a Legends Gen 3. No, we'll see, I guess. I think they'll do that though. You gotta commit to this better sleep thing. Happy New Year, present and future. Alright, get some good sleep in. Yeah, I feel like Gen 3 would be like the most like fitting for their theme for Legends at least. But who knows? Yeah, I did not like the battle system. The what is it? The styles? Fast style, heavy, strong. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. Agile, yeah. Agile style, quick attack. Yeah, definitely not going through one of those again. Yeah, they threw in styles to see how people, the general public thinks of it, and they're like, well, everyone hated it, so I guess we're not gonna continue with this thing. I gotta look at him real good if he's hatching in this background. Because it is truly the slightest color change. The Shiny Charizard is nice. Surprisingly, they would give a good color scheme to their favorite. Thank you for the 5 months, Firebud. Thank you. Yeah, this is a lot faster for some reason. No, there's a Charizard event, but it wasn't a shiny Zard. It was just for a raid. Yeah, a lot of streams you had to tune in to see that one little tadpole, that one little rapscallion pop out of the egg. It was an underwhelming hatch, for sure. I wanted to make the big 5,000. We can hatch another one? Yeah, I'm literally hatching the one right now. This is egg 5,000 Charmander. That would keep me streaming this game for a very long time. And how long would I want to suffer, you know? It actually is my January content. Well, that's all planned out for me for January. Unless if it decides to arrive today for whatever reason. Actual despair. It won't be. I mean, it just may be the year, like, don't be too quick to doubt, but yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up either. You know, if it happens, you know? Ah. I still support you coming out with a clickbait. Okay, now what would I possibly clickbait? Why left YouTube? Wait, didn't YouTube? I saw that YouTube did this thing, where you can't like curse within like the first 8 seconds of your YouTube video, or it gets demonetized. I mean, that's not that hard to avoid, but yeah, that's kind of random. Like, why the first 8 seconds of your video? Wasn't that always a thing? No, it was like... No. But it's like very specific. Like, you can't say very specific words. There's something similar where it was like, you can't... I don't remember what it was. Within the first, like, minute or something, you can't... I don't remember what it exactly was, but it was something to do with cursing as well, but... Yeah, that's what I watched. I was like, that is a very odd rule to implement. But I don't think any... Yeah, I feel like most YouTube videos just bleep out their words because they don't want the chances of getting their video demonetized. It is strange. Yeah, I'll never become a YouTuber because of my bad language. I just can't be on the platform. The new rule that they implemented, what a shame. It's actually done for. Never to be even thought about again. Yeah, but when I think about it, truly, like when... Like the first 8 seconds of your video, when does someone just say, I mean, I guess, but it's also not hard to avoid, but it's also just like a really random rule they implemented, like, why? Clip channels? Ooh, yeah, I guess, maybe. I feel like most channels in general for YouTube, they just have like some sort of intro. Like they show like a clip and then they like have an intro and then they like get on with the content. Do I like going to clubs you just left there and you're so uncomfortable? No. The floors are always like sticky because like people spill their drinks and stuff, and no, it's just loud. So no, I'm not a fan. I don't really care for them. I'd like... The drinks are expensive, your eardrums are crying. Yeah. Not that fun. Did I get the tadpole? Yeah, I did. You're never going again. Yeah, I mean, it's... Yeah, you're not missing out if you don't go to them. Like, I don't go to them unless if my friends are like, let's go see someone playing at a club. I'm like, sure. It's always like, whatever, honestly. Not for me. Nope. Fun until you get hearing loss, until you get tinnitus, right? then it's no fun. You know, yeah, not my thing. Yeah, I thought I saw you. Yeah, you thought you could skip me. I finally found a random shiny in the wild. I was like, there's some really random green thing here. What are you doing over there? Do I have a green ball to catch you in? What about a little nest? Well, you kind of look like one. First shiny of 2023. Pug crazy. Very good. No, that means I have to sit. I have a box full of Charmander now. Despair. That's what I just realized. One of many mayhaps. I want to see a pink Lechonk when I run around this area. Yeah, I'm surprised it finally happened. Like, it has not happened for a while. My shiny charm isn't broken. Now that sucks up my shiny luck now. Maybe it's broken after all. Might quite possibly, honestly. Alright, I got 56 minutes to last. I'm getting sleepy. Alcohol always makes me tired. Maybe I'll have some good sleep. Yeah, it's past Grandma's bedtime. She needs to be going to bed. I'm gonna be sleeping at a reasonable time. Oh god, no. Yeah, I will drink water before bed. Now I'll never have a fixed sleep. I always have a sleep, like regular sleeping schedule every now and then for like a week or so, but then it's never consistent. But I don't mind. Happy New Year's. As long as I get my 8 hours. Now, if I ever got 8 hours, that'd be crazy. But I don't think I could stay asleep for 8 hours. Thank you, Amy. Thank you very much for the kind compliment. Did I travel back home for the holidays? I am in my apartment at home, basically. Does that count? I don't know. Not like home with my parents. Probably visit them sometime or have them come over. Honestly, I'd rather them come over here than me traveling because I don't want to be on planes anymore. Plane rides are... I had too much for like the past few months, so... Yeah, babies on plane also, it's like my 13th reason I just can't go on airplanes. Yeah, I heard a lot of flights have been canceled recently too. Am I a window or aisle person? I'm a window person because I never have to get up on the plane, so I mean if I had to get up on the plane a lot I'd probably take the aisle seat, but I just like laying my head on the like above the window. Majority were canceled. Really? Wait, how come? Did they like overbook or something? Or they didn't have enough space? What do they do? Systems meltdown. Oh. That does not sound good. Well, I will save here. Since I have hot pip, I guess. I mean, I guess I could just... Where's my Charizard? Mazard. Yeah, Charmanders aren't the worst to have. Now I just have a Charmander and a... What do you call it? Now I can just hatch them in the luxury balls. Get a 12-hour road trip. Oh god. Yeah, traveling does not sound very fun right now. Hey, I wish I could like rotate my bread. The sandwich making. That is fun, like laying in bed right now sounds really good to me. I mean, I'm just tired, that's why. Where's the top right? It's an open face sandwich, as one would call it. Eyes of veg. That's actually what I would like to do. I'd love to roll in bed, but wait, what? I have a blue Ditto in my party? Oh, yeah, that's not okay. Get that out of here. That's mine, oops. Yeah, it's just not the one to have right now. It is a nice Ditto, but I can't use it. I think it's this one that I need to use. Oh. Merry Christmas! Yeah, it definitely is that time of the year, Christmas time. Is LA traffic? It is pretty bad. I mean, I don't live there, thankfully, but it's definitely crazy in LA. From when I've visited, it is not a fun time. You don't want to be driving in there. You don't want to be in it. It just takes a lot. I mean, when I lived in NorCal, the traffic was pretty bad too. Like going in and out of the city, stuff like that. If you ever wanted to go, but I actually never really went out to the city that much. Like even at night. I mean, no, not night, but like, you know, during traffic hours and whatnot. I've never been snowboarding. I've been skiing, but I've never snowboarded because I was a young baby. Not young, but I was just like a young child. I never wanted to go snowboard. I think I was too afraid to snowboard. I was like, what if I break my legs or something? So Yeah, the roads are very narrow. That is true. Yeah, I don't know. What if I like twisted my ankle or I don't know. Something. I mean, I've seen people have injuries from snowboarding. So I was just, never wanted to try it when I was younger. Like, I'm good. I I want to be safe and sound. I'm sure learning would be very wicked, but I just never really. Like, I mean, if I went snowboarding like currently, went, probably wouldn't be opposed to like try to learn. But when I was younger, I was just like, I'm scared. You almost broke your kneecap the first time you went skiing. Never again. Oh, yep. See. Like skateboarding? Yeah, okay. Skateboarding scares me. People who like board, I mean, it's just risky. You never learned to bike, but you ride it. I mean, learning how to ride a bike isn't that difficult. Recently, I did see like people who put skates on their shoe, like on the bottom of the shoes. It's literally like Pokemon XY, but they're like shoes, and there's like an attachment, and you can like skate around. Like, oh, that looks kind of convenient if you like live in a place. It's not Heelys. It's like there's like 4 wheels. So it's like actually like skating. Not Heelys though. Heelys has one in the back. Yeah, they're like rollerblades, but they're like shoes. Like you can detach them. I saw them and I was like, looks very convenient if you're living in a, area where you don't walk around a lot. Yeah, I think, yeah, they're called something like that. Planners? Maybe that's what that sounds kind of familiar. I used to rollerblade a lot as a kid, and I loved it, and I would be outside all the time, but yeah. And the one thing that I'm sad about is my mom never made me continue ice skating. Like, whenever I watch people figure skate, it looks so nice, and then I'm like, why did... I mean, but my mom was concerned for my health younger. I don't know how the cold would affect my ear in any way, but she was like, I don't want you to do it because I don't want you to get hurt. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then age took its toll, yeah. And it'd probably like break something if I tried it. Figure skating is very elegant. Okay, be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm also gonna get some water, so I'll be right back. some water. Oh, ice skating, dude. The only thing that scares me about ice skating is like when there's like figure skaters and they're like doing like a duo thing, and some moves are like very dangerous in proximity with each other because you know the blades are very sharp, and that spooks me out. Anyone else streaming? So I have someone to host. Ooh, there's actually a lot of people streaming on New Year's. Fellow homebodies. Or like that. Ice skating is fun. I haven't been ice skating for a long time though. Happy New Year's. You ice skate every winter walking to your car? Yeah, I mean, I guess in some areas it gets very, very, very icy. 39 minutes for the West Coast. West Coasters. After I'm done streaming, I need to go eat. Actually, I need to go make some... Yeah. I should make... Or maybe... Do I have rice cake soup when I wake up? Or do I have it now? I mean, I might as well just make it now. Because, like, I might as well just eat it while I'm awake. And I'll just sleep whenever. Yeah, I'll probably just make it after I'm done streaming then. It is the new year. It is certainly indeed the new year. First meal of the year as... Yeah, what I have to do. I think the way that I have to cook some meat, and then I have to like... I have eggs. I have noodles. I have... Or no, not noodles. I'm thinking about... I bought rice cakes. You're making yourself some dinosaur nugget. That is an A-class meal right there. I like watching YouTube videos and eating. I mean, yeah, I usually like have something on when I'm eating. I don't really watch. Sometimes I don't watch something. I just like most of the times at home, like if I'm not streaming, I'm like browsing the internet while I'm eating. I don't usually turn on a video and eat. Like maybe I'll have someone stream on the side, but that's like background noise and I'm like doing something and I'm like half eating. I guess I don't really like just sit down at the table and like fully indulge in my meal if I'm, you know, living alone. And I guess back at home my parents have the TV on when we eat, so usually that's on at least or something. Usually watch. Yeah, I mean, YouTube's nice. Like, watching something while eating is nice, but sometimes if you're like too into whatever you're watching, you might not realize how full you are. I know it's a bad habit if you're trying to lose weight or something. Like, you You shouldn't be like watching something while you eat because it's distracting on like how much you eat or something like that. How do you get the Charizard in Scarlet? There was a Charizard raid in the past. I mean, they'll probably bring it back every now and then, I would assume. Yeah, just like browsing media, like the internet or like sites. I don't know. Did I watch Better Call Saul? I have not. I was thinking about watching it. I mean, cause like I already know what— I didn't finish the last season of Breaking Bad, but I already know what happens. So I'm like, do I even like? I was like, I might as well just watch Better Call Saul. Like I already know what happens in all of Breaking Bad, so. You're eating food with utensils you eat at your desk and multitask with hand food. Yeah. Same. Like if I have something that requires both hands to eat, then yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'll be eating. And I usually don't really care if I'm like watching something or not, but if it requires one hand, then I'm probably doing something else, just like on my computer. Did my sandwich run out? Are they just sleeping? You tried watching Chainsaw Man while you're eating? Chainsaw Man's not— is it bad? I don't know. No, I did this again. God, she does it again. This disparage. It's pretty bad. I mean, I read it and I know it's gory, but I guess I'm not squeamish, so I guess that's why. Oh wait, I can do this. Take this over. I mean, I don't know how the anime is, but I mean, God, I loved reading it. Reading it was nice. Favorite character in Chainsaw Man? I don't remember his name. He's the older dude, like, you know, the one with the scar on his mouth. I think he's cool. I forgot his name. Kishibe, yeah, I like him. He's cool. Yeah, I binge read Chainsaw Man, like Scar recommended to me a while back, and then yeah. He recommended to me and I just read it all like the day I started reading it. I'm a binge reader, binge watcher, you name it. Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot of eggs. Let me do this actually. Let's rearrange this box so we can... You read Twitch chat now? Hey, nothing wrong with reading a little bit of Twitch chat. What was the most enjoyable show and anime I watched this year? I mean, I didn't watch... Oh, I did watch one anime. It was Spy Family. I mean, it was kind of whatever. Like, I thought it was cute, but wasn't interested enough to keep going with it. But not much I could recommend, honestly, because I didn't really read much. Did it fall off? I don't know. Probably. I mean, I don't really see many people talking about it. I mean, it was cute, I suppose, but... I mean, I kind of know what I always end up spoiling myself because I'm like curious what happens, and Just kind of like whatever, or like knowing the actual plot of it. Yeah, I guess it's just cute. Like it's like brain off, you know, type of thing that you would watch. Bleach. I heard a lot of good things about the new season of Bleach. Need to watch Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is nice. It's definitely very time consuming though. You're stuck on the episode where Skylar is saying happy birthday. God, I had to skip over that scene because it just made me die of cringe. I was like, no, I can't. I can't stomach this right now. Actual despair. But you know what? Skylar's actress is great. She's a very great actress. The happy birthday incident despair. Well, how do you have so many boxes? They just like unlock over time as you go and fill them up. I have a couple shinies. I don't remember what I've exactly gotten, but I've gotten some here and there. I guess I haven't been like adamantly looking for a ton of them, but you know, I've just been shiny hunting things and eggs mostly. I mean, I guess I did some shiny hunting on Christmas, but those aren't like shinies I wanted myself, I suppose. You missed the hunts I did in Sword and Shield? Wait, why? It was just me running back and forth on that same bridge. You thought they were nice? They were short hunts. It was nice. It was very like just a couple hundred, and then you know they would just pop out shiny and be like, wow, that's real nice. And then here it's like a little more, you know, gotta work a little harder. Just a little more, you know. Not that much, just a slight bit. It took you 2,200 at... Hey, don't worry, I'm right there with you. I literally just had something like that happen to me recently as well. You're racing me right now? Don't worry, you've already beat me. Like, I already know. You're already ahead, as far as I can tell. We have a shot of this taking a month. We have more than... It could take more than a month. Who freaking knows? God bless. Now you're bad? Dude. Being bad or good does not have any factor in if you had to shiny, trust me. No skill issues here, it's just if you're blessed with the RNG or you're not. Pokemon is a skill game. You need to be good enough to read proper IV. Yeah, let me throw a Destiny knot on my Pokemon. That's a lot of skill right there to pass down the IVs of my Pokemon. Crazy. That skill! Or, you know, throw freaking bottle caps on them. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, they just made it easier. My quickest shiny egg catch was 2. And I'm so sad I was not streaming for that one. But... Cause I think I was looking for Corsair and Sword and Shield. And then it had like the wrong ability. So I looked for another one off stream. I just hatched 2 and it just popped down. I was like, oh, well that's very pleasant. Happy New Year to you too, Honey. It's not New Year for you yet, right? It's 24 minutes, you know? Almost there. That shiny hatch was probably the only legitimate... I was like, oh my god. It's actually so crazy that I hatched in so little, but... Yeah, I wasn't streaming for that one. 24 minutes until... What are you doing? You guys playing some Valorant or something? "24 minutes till a new year and you do, I don't know, cool things. Very poggies. Maybe I should try cooking more. Yeah, I do want to cook more this year. I mean, I do cook every now and then, but I need to expand my horizons with what I cook. You took a nap? Oh my god, you're actually on demon time. What the heck? Let him cook. Yeah, that's gonna be me. Any specific dishes? No, nothing that I can really think of. I'll do my best and try and find some inspiration, I suppose. There's Cinderace raid? Yes, I did do it yesterday, question mark. You gotta get him, Troll Despair. It'll be easy peasy. Kind of. Well, no, okay. Well, they made him like a little bit more difficult than Charizard. Cooking stream audio? Yeah, that's a problem. Actually, if I ever did a cooking stream, I have like a better camera to do it. But yeah, the audio might be the issue, the mic. But there's a mic on the camera. It's actually not that bad, but I don't know how it would sound through PC, I guess. You know how to make kimbap? It's something that you want to learn for next. And it's actually pretty simple. It's just like the preparation for making it is like annoying, like the fillings, but making it itself, like the ingredients are, it's really simple. You stink at rolling the rice. Okay, that's probably the hardest part. But yeah, it's just like a lot of prep for what to put in the kimbap. Kimbap is so good. Like, I used to live, or like when I was in NorCal, this lady at like this really tiny, like Korean store would make them, and they were so good. I don't know what she put in it, but I would inhale it all the time. Every time we'd stop by, me and my brother, we'd get a roll. I don't know what it is. I eat one piece and I'm like, I gotta have another. And then I keep going back until it's gone. Just too freaking delicious. The One Piece gone crazy. It's freaking real. Now I want kimbap. Yeah. Now I'm craving kimbap, but I don't have like the correct like I don't have the correct kim for it, so I don't want to like HR's kind of far, so but that does sound really good. Maybe okay, not today, but maybe tomorrow I'll make some kimbap with some tteokbokki. That sounds real good, actually. That sounds. I mean, that meal would just make me fall asleep though right after. A lot of carbs. Yeah, that's a feast. But they are. It's a very good combo to have together. I would want to make like what is this Hobbit doing? I would want to make more fried stuff. Like I love making fried chicken. But my alarm, my smoke detector, whatever, it's like easily set off. So it's like if I'm what do you call it? If I'm using high heat, it goes off very easily. And I'm just like it drives me crazy. So it just strays me away from using things. Yeah, the alarm, the alarm is very sensitive. And it makes me madiga. Like Korean fried chicken, God, like I made that one time. And it was really good, but yeah, like I said, my alarm is just very sensitive, so it's not worth the trade-off. Despair. May I be blessed by the shiny god, thank you. Cod roe omelet. I thought that said oatmeal for a second. I'm like, what are you eating? But no, I've never had that. Fish and oatmeal does not sound very good together. Or seafood, I suppose. I recently saw someone make like meat and like they were eating like meat and oatmeal together, and I was like, that just seems like a very odd combination. Maybe it's because like I associate oatmeal with like sweet stuff, so was like, that does not sound very good. They're like, yeah, I like to start my day off by like making some oatmeal and cooking some meat. I'm like, hmm. Building alarm about to go off. New Year's for fun, maybe. Fry oats and soggy. Yeah, no, yeah, I think it's just like, you know, the soggy-ish oatmeal and meat. But I mean, yeah, I guess whatever floats your boat, right? Like, if that's something that they enjoy, then more power to them. They can have all the meat and oatmeal in the world. Yeah, maybe it's for the games. You know what? You're right. Maybe, I mean, that does sound something like something people would do. With a nice glass of milk? Nah. That's nasty. That's Giga Chat. I mean, that's a one-way ticket to a stomach ache for hours. Cereal with water? You mean like, okay, like if you're having dry cereal, like, you know, you're just eating it and you have water, I feel like that's fine. But if you like put cereal in water, no thank you. That's... I would rather just have them separately, you know? Like, putting them together in one is not very good. Yeah, I mean, I've made a lot of random struggle meals in my life. I mean, it's not a struggle meal, but like, I've made like, I'm hungry, there's nothing to eat. I was in high school, like everyone's sleeping, right? And nothing but a tortilla in my refrigerator, or like on the kitchen counter, and there's mustard, and I just eat a or tortilla with mustard in it, and that's literally my meal. My late night snack. What a very good life hack to have. Well, it doesn't taste... I mean, I like the taste of a tortilla, and I like the taste of mustard, so like... It wasn't bad, but it was definitely like... It was something. I was searching. Just make a quesadilla at that point, but yeah, I mean, I didn't have cheese, so it's like... You just gotta make do with what you have. I mean, I love mustard, so... You'll just eat the tortilla. But yeah, I wanted a little bit more flavor. I haven't tried mustard in like 14 years. Wow. I mean, I guess you just don't like mustard, but that's fine. Everyone has different taste buds, you know? Ooh, hot honey is so good. You say hot or honey mustard, but now I'm thinking about hot honey, and hot honey is delicious. What condiments do I slay on hot dogs? Whatever. I'm fine with like anything. But I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of ketchup, but usually like the condiments on hot dogs usually kind of drown it out, so... You never had hot honey? God. I mean, you could literally just take some hot sauce and some honey and mix it together, and like having it on your chicken, so delicious. Just, you're missing out if you just do yourself a favor and, you know, make a little something next time you have some fried chicken. I'm a cheese pizza. I love cheese. I love plain cheese pizza's fine with me. I don't mind like no toppings. I got one egg. I mean, like I'm fine with pizza with toppings. I'm also fine with pizza with no toppings, but just like regular cheese. Like I can appreciate a nice, good cheese pizza. Like that's when you know the place is good. Like if they have the basic thing that tastes very good, I feel like, you know, then you've got a great foundation to work with, and then whatever toppings, you know, will enhance the flavor. Now I want pizza. You guys are just making me hungry. First, you make me want kimbap, and then now you make me want some pizza. It's like... now I just have a string of things that I would like to eat. Ketchup on pizza. I know some people who do that. Personally, not me. I don't like ketchup, you know, but... yeah. Just looks like... I mean, it... yeah. I'm good. There's already enough tomato sauce on pizza, so... you know, I'm fine with, you know... I'm just not a ketchup fan. And I feel like there's a good amount of people that do like, you know, ketchup and pizza. I mean, I'm a ranch with pizza enjoyer, you know. But to each their own. I just love ranch. I mean, I guess any condiment you like, it'll be fine on pizza for you. But I love ranch. It's delicious. I could probably chug ranch, I'm not gonna lie. I could chug ranch and hot sauce. I'm not sure about mustard. I feel like mustard might like kill my throat, but I feel like I could chug those in general. Stream it? No. God, no. Despair. I would never want to... I don't want my body to hate me, but I'm saying I probably could, but am I gonna do it? No, because I care about the condition of my body and my stomach in general. You used to do pizza with ranch in elementary school, then a girl you had a crush on said that was gross, and I stopped doing that because of back then. Oh my god, no. She actually made you miss out on the tastiest combo. That's actual disparage. Yeah, if someone can't accept your food combinations, they're not the one. Where is he going? I mean, yeah, some people have, you know, very intriguing food combos, but hey, they can enjoy it. They can have their, you know, taste buds happy, but I'm not gonna try it, right? But I'm not gonna judge them for their food combinations. I might think about it, maybe it might be weird to me, but, you know, as long as they like how it tastes, fine with me. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna have this picnic not for a long time. I'm just doing it for some downtime. Hot dog with marshmallows? Yeah, I don't know about that one. That hurts my stomach to think about. But you know, whatever floats your boat, right? Oh, thank God. I forgot I was in this thing again. I mean, I just don't like marshmallows. I don't like sweet stuff, so any sweet combination for the most part is not something I would be willing to try or that I find sounds, you know, good. I'm starving. Okay, sweet potato pizza's like not that bad. I mean, I tried it when I was in Korea, but it's definitely like a acquired taste sort of thing. Probably not something I would like. I'd have a slice of it, but I probably wouldn't continue to eat it. I mean, I loved sweets as a child. Happy New Year to you too, Reversal. Thank you, thank you. I hope the same for you as well. Hopefully your shiny grind has been good. I don't know. I don't really keep track because I was shiny hunting to give stuff away on Christmas, so I don't know. I have no idea. Oh wait, I got back to 195. Okay. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. I almost said 3 months. 3 minutes until the new year for... We can go look at the in-game moon for New Year's. How about that? 3 minutes and then I'm off and then I'm freaking going to eat and... Yeah. Hungry. Starving. If only I could, like, put some fire. Is there any firework areas in this game? I don't think so. Eat at 12 a.m.? Yeah, of course. I woke up at 5 o'clock today. Of course I'm gonna eat. I woke up at 5 p.m. because you know what time I go to sleep at? I think I slept at, like, past 10 a.m. So, I mean, yeah, my sleep schedule's all sorts of, messed up. Disparage. It's looking real, you know, off the rails. But, you know, it's fine. Like, I don't have anything to wake up for in the morning. Like, I don't really have time constraints. As long as I'm productive with my day. But obviously I don't like waking up at 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. but can't sleep till then, so yeah. I wish I could fall asleep faster or easier, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Just the days I have caffeine, I am up for a very, very, very long time. Even though I'm not like... It's just that I can't fall asleep, even though I don't feel like doing anything or like my body feels tired. My brain is just awake for too long. 1 more minute. Yes, there's like 50 seconds till the new year for the West Coast. Very poggy. Nori work schedule? It's okay. Work. I'm sure you'll have some nice times at work. Tipo New Year. Yeah, this is actually the emote to put. The worst thing is when you're addicted to a game and spend multiple hours thinking about it when you try to sleep. Yeah, or it appears in your dreams. That happens to me very often when I'm hooked on a game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's, West Coast. Tipo New Year to you all. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful first of the year and a wonderful rest of 2023. Hopefully, we'll all be surviving and prospering. I hope. But yeah, I am stuck in Hawaii. No, Hawaii will catch up soon. Hopefully more nice things happen this year. Maybe I'll be on more often. Maybe I'll get to travel. Maybe I could stream while traveling. I don't know. We'll see if that happens. And yeah, I need to go make some rice cake soup now, so I'll make an imaginary bowl for all of you guys to eat so you guys can have good luck for this upcoming year. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your morning, day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will be back. I don't know if I'll be back today or if I'll be back. Actually, I might be back later today. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. But yeah. Bye. See you guys later.